one of the matchups that all the papers have been talking about the last few days is the coaching matchup. Phil Jackson and Pat Riley, two great coaches. Phil Jackson, the highest winning percentage in playoff history at 73%. Pat Riley, 144 playoff wins. That's the most ever. You have two contrasting styles, but two guys who know how to get the job done.
You know, though, Red, you look at the Chicago Bulls, and obviously this has been pretty much the same lineup for quite a few years now with the main two. Michael and Scottie have been a big part of everything.
Michael Jordan has been magnificent this season, even though he lost out to Karl Malone in the MVP balloting. In the 4 games against Miami, Michael has had monster games, okay? 35 points a game, almost 47%, and 7 rebounds. Scottie Pippen, almost 18 points, 50% almost from the 3, and 1.5 steals a game. He's been just brilliant. Now, there's a mar on the Bulls' home record. Early in the season, they only lost 1 game, and that game was to Miami back in December. Let's take a look at it. Tim Hardaway with the ball, but in the left-hand corner is Dan Marley. Now, Mourning is going to set a screen. Tim will use it. Marley will dance out to the three-point area all alone. It's kicked out to him. He lets it fly. 83-80, and that was the only loss the Bulls had until they lost to the Knicks at the very end of the season.
So the Chicago Bulls are set to take on the Miami Heat. We're done talking about it. We're ready to play basketball. It'll be Bulls and Heat coming up on Sports Channel.
Sports Channel's playoff coverage of the world champion Chicago Bulls is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet and Geo dealers, people you can trust when you're looking for a good car value. Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. United Airlines is proud to be a participating sponsor of tonight's program. Come fly Chicago's hometown airline. Come fly our friendly skies. Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. Payne Weber. When you invest with Payne Weber, you invest with more intelligence. W1 by Raymond Weil, the cutting edge in time. Ameritech, your link to better communication. Experience cars and trucks built with a passion for the road, Mazda. And by Montgomery Ward, your headquarters for the official Chicago Bulls team shop.
They said imports taste better. They lied.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
So now what?
Only drink fresh beer. Budweiser.
You have made a real breakthrough. You did it on your own.
Born on dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like.
You're on the road to freshness. Hold all my calls.
Something old and something new will be on hand when Bo Vaughn and Nomar Garcia-Parra lead Boston against the resurgent Sox for a bombs away series at Comiskey. Tomorrow night at 7 on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out.
The 97 Mazda 626 LX Special Edition. Lease for $229. Add rich leather and the lease goes to. Add air and a silky automatic and the lease cruises to. Add power everything and the lease rolls to. Add the best basic warranty in its class and you get the idea. Lease or buy for $18,345.
Tonight it's game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals as the Bulls beat the Heat. Coming up, the opening lineups and the opening tip, and we'll continue with Bulls playoff basketball on Sports Channel right after these messages.
To make it to the sizzling, smoking, red-hot playoffs, you've got to have the stuff. Just like Montgomery Ward. We've got Admiral Designer Series top mount refrigerators for just $4.99. And a Maytag super capacity laundry pair. Washer just $4.69, dryer $3.99. Get them while they're hot. Only at Montgomery Ward.
Keeping your business running like clockwork. We understand how important that is. That's why Chicago's hometown airline, United, gives you over 1,000 flights in and out of O'Hare, with more service to more cities than any other airline. How is it we understand business so well? Because our over 50,000 employees are business owners themselves, the employee owners of United. Come fly our friendly skies.
Get on track during the Race to Savings sale at Menards. Spread on a durable finish with outside paint from Ed Dwiggins. Latex flat is ideal for wood and aluminum siding. $10.95 a gallon. Stay comfortable year-round with Hunter ceiling fans. Many are on sale, including this 52-inch fan in 3 beautiful finishes. Just $68.88. Home improvement savings are a breeze at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
People will do just about anything for Bulls tickets.
And now we have Dr. Doc.
For Bulls tickets, I will perform my gravity-defying, ain't no denying, stupefying slam dunk. Yeah!
Whoa.
It'll help.
What a nut.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech Cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
7, Scottie Pippen! On 6 forward from Southeast Oklahoma State. It is Rodman. The man in the middle from New Mexico. 7'2".
So the Bulls and Heat have been introduced. Phil Jackson going through his last-minute preparations. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. First of all, for Miami, brought to you by the official Bulls team shop, Montgomery Ward's. It's Hardaway and Vashawn Leonard at guards, Mashburn and Brown at forwards, and Alonzo Mourning will start at center. For the Bulls, Phil Jackson with no surprises in his lineup. Harper and Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, and Luke Longley in the middle. Lou Canella standing by on the baseline. What's up, Louie?
You have to love the move. Dennis Rodman back in the starting lineup, Tommy. Why? Because Phil Jackson knows that this could be the series. Rodman will bust out. Rodman averaged almost 20 rebounds a game against Miami in the 3 regular season games he played in this season. P.J. Brown, who will go up against, played well the last time these two guys squared off. Brown had 14 boards and 11 points, but one of the other reasons he wants Rodman on the floor, and I'm talking about Phil Jackson, is with Rodman out there, he'll be able to help out defensively on Alonzo Mourning. He'll be able to double team with Luke Longley. So Rodman on the court, look for him to have his biggest game so far in the postseason. Back to you guys.
And he's one of the guys that will come across and double team. He's one of the guys that will get after them defensively. You know, they will make different moves. They'll come to double team Alonzo Mourning with different people, but you've got to think that Dennis will be one of the guys to leave P.J. Brown until P.J. proves that he can take the heat, or point of phrase, sorry, but to be able to make something happen in that situation.
Take the heat. I like that. Okay, here we go. Loading up for this series, and let's get some of that stuff and save it.
Put a little bit of it right up there. Our officials for the ball game tonight: Bennett Salvador, Hugh Evans, and Eddie F. Rush. And Hugh Evans will throw it up at half court. And the crowd is excited here at the United Center. I'm sure you are too, sitting at home. Enjoy it. This ought to be a fun series. Pax, people are kind of poo-pooing this series a little bit, saying, oh, it's not the Knicks. My gosh, it's not the series we wanted it to be. Miami beat the Bulls twice. They're a good team.
They're a very good basketball team, and this could be a defensive series. You have 2 of the best defensive teams in the league. The Heat gave up just 89 points during the regular season. That's down to 85 during the playoffs, so they're going to come prepared and ready to play.
Quick jump by Alonzo Mourning, just what you'd expect, and the Heat will have first possession.
And Ron Harper gets the job right off the bat of guarding Tim Hardaway.
Mourning loves to come to the middle, and Luke Longley with the foul on the first possession.
And the Bulls did not come in double team that time. He was well off the block, sunk a little bit from Passer and Ron Harper, but Mourning likes that left block, and we're going to see him this whole series planting himself there. He can face up, and you see when he faces up, Luke just a little off balance, and he gets his first foul already.
I think Luke made a mistake there. He should have let him hit one outside before you let him take it to the hole. You know, he shot 11 free throws averaged 11 free throws in this series. Now, he misses his first one. He shot miserably from the free throw line in the New York series, but you got to let him hit one, I think, outside before you let him go to the hole.
His career stats, free throw wise, when he was in Charlotte, shot 76 or better 3 straight years. He was at 64 this season and shooting just over 50 for the playoffs.
Packs the Bulls in the last series against Atlanta had about a week off and came out very rusty and not very sharp. Same thing happened with Utah last night. How do you guard against that?
It's hard. You try to stay sharp in practice, have real good crisp practices, but until you get in the game, you don't know how you're going to react.
MJ with the quick turnaround that came up short. Phil Jackson hollered at Hugh Evans, thought there was a foul. Baseline jumper from the corner isn't 3.
And this is what you have to guard against. Deshaun Leonard isn't great getting his own shot, but you have to match to him quickly in transition. Michael took the shot. He just ran out. No one got to him early. He hits the 3.
And a blocking foul called on Deshaun Leonard.
The other thing, too, Tommy, is that Miami has a tough time scoring at times. So you want to take away any easy look they get at the basket. That time, just too easy. No one closes out on a guy who's a very good three-point shooter.
You're right, Fax. They've had some of the lowest scoring games, especially when they played Detroit. Really low.
Bulls obviously going to try and attack Deshaun Leonard. MJ missed that one. Rebound tapped out. P.J. Brown gets it to Hardaway. Tim Hardaway, Chicago product, went to Texas El Paso, played with Golden State, now with Miami, and had a great year. Dennis with the first rebound. They love to front the post. That's one of the things Miami does very effectively this time. Oh, great pass to Michael.
We saw that in the Atlanta series. Same type of thing, just on the other side of the floor with Luke Longley making that drop pass to Michael, cutting along the baseline.
Jamal Mashburn. We talked about him early going. He's a guy that's just not, I don't think, filled up their expectations when they made the trade.
He's become such a perimeter player, and he hasn't shot well from the outside. When the shot's not going down, it's tough for him to score.
Foul called inside. Sports Channel like to welcome our affiliate Continental Cable and the viewers in Oak Park, Cicero, and Berwyn.
Little foul here on Jamal Mashburn. Kahari Cross and Aurora is watching. Just graduated from Southern Illinois. He watches this station all the time.
He should. Right?
Yes. Let's check. Here's Pip.
Dennis had it knocked away as he went up to try and put it in the follow. 4-2, Miami with the lead. Just a couple minutes into the first period here at the United Center. P.J. Brown, one of the Miami Heat with fresh legs, as Leonard gets another 3 from the corner.
He just looked and he had Rodman on him, backed up into the corner and hit the 3.
They just ran a little rub cut that forced a switch. If Dennis is going to switch, he's got to go out there and play him at the 3-point line.
Alonzo was stepped out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball.
The thing to remember about Miami, this team put up 23 three-point attempts a game. That was #1 in the league. They made over 8 a game in the regular season. That was #1 in the league. So you know you're going to have to guard that 3-point line. If you do switch, you're better off maybe going after him and forcing him to put the ball on the floor, especially a guy like Deshaun Leonard.
Push out called on Alonzo Mourning.
Let's see what happens here as he goes around Alonzo. Alonzo gives him a little bit of a body and then complains loudly to the official.
He did.
Keep that in mind. Number 91 picks up that first foul.
Scottie with a little rocker step kicks it out. He wants it down low. Luke goes away. Scottie got him in the air, off the glass, and good for Scottie Pippen.
And I like what the Bulls are doing here early with Michael and Scottie going into the post. They have not double teamed, so you're going to have some opportunities if you take your time to get the move you want. That was a nice up and under by Scottie Pippen.
That's a shot I think you got to make him make first.
Baseline Luke from 12 bangs it home. And the Bulls are back to 1 against Miami, 7-6. Leonard comes around a couple screens this morning, backs his way in, and Luke will pick up the foul. At an upcoming Bulls playoff game, 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls pom-pom, compliments of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Ryan Williams getting ready to come in the game. Luke will lead with 2 fouls.
This could be a good matchup for the Bulls because Mourning's not a 7-foot center. He's 6'10". Ryan Williams has the quickness to stay up with him. We may even see Dennis Rodman at some point guarding him as well.
Dennis did it some in the regular season, and I think it happened in the playoffs last year as well, as P.J. Brown missed that one, and Dennis right there for the rebound. Out to Harp, and he's 1 on 4. Harp slowed down.
They have a matchup with Hardaway on Michael right now.
MJ backs right in on him, off the glass, and good for Michael Jordan.
Pat Riley was calling for P.J. Brown to come double, but Michael had him too deep by that time.
You're right. The problem they have is that both of their guards are small. So whoever comes back ends up with Michael. They got a problem. And you saw Alonzo Mourning step in for his first base.
MJ immediately goes down the post-up. The Bulls have done this a lot, and Michael hits that.
Well, you might as well until they show you they're going to defend it some other way. And Michael has the size and the strength to shoot right over the top of Deshaun Leonard.
Bulls fans like the run as the Bulls have taken the lead by 1.
But we talked about this too, the fact that Miami has a tendency to do this. They like to play straight up one-on-one. And with Michael, they'll like to see him work. They're going to try to make him take tough shots, but they don't mind seeing him take them as long as other guys aren't involved in the offense.
Jamal Mashburn, if there's one knock on him, it's that he doesn't finish very well. You saw that little jump hook that he put up instead of going to the basket hard. It's Miami's upset about one thing more than anything else. It's that he just doesn't finish. Scottie goes right to the basket, short, and Alonzo Mourning right there. You'll see Mourning come in your picture. There he is. Hardaway. Dropped it off. P.J. Brown.
He actually lost that ball.
I thought that's what happened. I was screened off a little bit. Michael was looking for the lob, instead pops out. From 15, Dennis had it tapped away. MJ comes back up with it. Brian Williams ran into Michael. Dennis went for the ball, couldn't get it. Deshaun Leonard for a quick 3.
He's got his stroke going, and that's the second time the Bulls have not found him in transition. They went to the offensive boards, weren't able to get up with it. Miami had numbers, and they're doing a smart job of finding their open shooter.
Phil Jackson wants a timeout. 6:34 left in the first, and the Heat lead the Bulls 16-10.
He was a mainstay in the 70s, a sweet shooter who led the Bulls in scoring for 7 straight seasons. He was Jordan before there was Jordan. Now, discover how Bob Love said goodbye to the game. Tonight on the Sports Channel Report.
Old, junky antique shops. I like. You want me to tell you what my Discover card statement says? Just little things that make a girl sing. I have fish, and I have birds, and I have dogs. Mango. Cecilia Bartoli, and something by Puccini. Floridita Cuban restaurant. Fabulous. I stuck to my diet. A little bit. That cash bonus thing at the end of the year.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
Live a little.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the notice sign.
It's been called the 5-finger discount, but it's not just petty theft anymore. The targets, luxury coats, designer clothes, precious jewels.
They can steal $10,000 worth of merchandise in an hour without working up a sweat.
And you end up paying the price. It's hijacked high fashion, shoplifted and ripped off by sophisticated thieves using high-tech tools. Are you buying stolen merchandise? Chuck Gowdy investigates high-style stealing. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 10.
He brushes his teeth, just like you. He calls his mother every Sunday, just like you. He makes time for his kids, just like you. He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. He has 4 NBA championship rings, just like. He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. And if he bought another one right now, he'd get $1,000 cash back, just like you.
It's been a long year for Miami's Pat Riley. He thought he had a $100 million deal for Juwan Howard last offseason. It didn't work out. Riley said he went from being a genius to a blunderhead in one day. He called it the lowest point in his 30-year career. in basketball. He had a friend help him heal. This friend sent him an English poem. The poem read, "Here I lie, wounded but not slain. I lie down to bleed a while, but will rise to fight again." Sure enough, 10 months later, Riley is standing proud. He's back in the Eastern Conference Finals. Back to you guys.
When a lot of people thought he had no chance, he is back in the finals. 15th year as an NBA coach. Over 850 wins.
Sean Leonard was 3 out of 13 in threes during the season against the Bulls. And during this 12 games they played a playoff, he's 24 to 64 for 37%.
MJ backs his way in and missed that one. Sean Leonard right there. Quick pass inside. Brian Williams knocked it away. Fake and a slam and a foul. Alonzo moving.
Well, Miami's done two things now early in the game that they want to get accomplished. It's something the Bulls are going to have to do better at. They found Leonard in transition to get open shots. You have to run with Alonzo Mourning on the break. He runs what is called the post lane sprint down the middle of the floor to that basket and gets deep position as well as anyone. You put him in a class with Sean Kemp in that regard. And he did that. He's done that now twice, and he's gotten baskets, and this time a foul on Dennis to do.
Rodman picks up another rebound. 18 to 10. Miami with the lead. Joe looks down low, started to make the move, now wants Rodman to fill in the bottom. Scottie comes on top, and the foul call. Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. Check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday or visit any Chicagoland Sport Mart location for an entry form. Sponsored in part by the Tribune and Coca-Cola.
That's the 4th foul on them as a team. And 6 minutes to go here. And that one was on P.J. Brown.
MJ comes back out on top. Bulls with a reset. Just about halfway gone here in the first period. Michael with Mashburn on him. Got to the air. Didn't know what he was going to do. Illegal defense? No. 3 seconds.
It was on Brian. I thought it was on Dennis underneath. It was Brian.
So the Heat with a chance to double the Chicago Bulls in the early going. Tax, is this just what we kind of talked about a little bit ago as Mourning lost it? Michael right there, try to get it away. Mourning gets it back. Just a little rust from the week off.
It sure looks like the way they started the last series when they had some time off.
Jay Brown missed that. Ron Harper there for the rebound. Bulls will set the offense. MJ again wants it down low. Got Hardaway on him. Michael off the glass, fouled by Tim Hardaway.
That's twice now that they've gotten in a situation where Hardaway's had to pick up Michael, and Michael's gone right to a post up and not quick enough to get to him. He knows he's got the strength and the size to shoot over the top of him, and Hardaway just comes into his body there. Even though he doesn't get his hands on him, his body finds its way to him.
Pat Riley down there talking now directly to Bashan Leonard, saying, you got to get back. We can't afford to get him hooked up on Michael, just like you were saying. And that's one foul on each one of their starters.
Tony comes in. Dennis Rodman will check out.
Now this creates a real interesting matchup because P.J. Brown most likely is going to have to guard Tony Kukoc. And though P.J.'s a good defender, it might be an opportunity for Tony to take him off the dribble.
Yeah, and then watch for Williams rolling to the hoop as Mourning tries to clean up the drive.
Bulls come out with a little pressure defense.
Tim Hardaway, we talked about him. He has to take a shot at it, isn't he?
You're right. Goes down low. Mourning. Hollering about something. Spins in the lane, and it goes for Alonzo Mourning. Bulls come right back down and look to get it to MJ. Scottie flanks through. P.J. Brown with a quick move. Michael goes around, dishes it off. Brian Williams in for the slam. Got it blocked. Tony comes up with it.
Doesn't it go? Yeah, new shot clock.
Tony tapped it. Bang! Williams lost it going up for the slam. He was wide open.
Fans wanted a foul. There's Timmy Hardaway's first one.
Scottie down the lane, off the glass, would not fall. that one home as well.
Miami, I think, realizes that they have to get easy scores, and they're running the ball up the floor much more than I maybe anticipated they would do. They're getting easy baskets, and they found their hot shooter in Bashan Leonard, and he's gotten nothing out of the offense. He's gotten everything off of the fast break.
See the three-pointers, 4 of 5 for Miami as Michael slows it down a little bit now. Scottie wanted the post-up. Bulls with a quick reverse.
They just, and we talked about this in the last series, early in the series against Atlanta, how they looked out of sync offensively. Right now, not moving the ball real well. They're trying to do everything off the dribble, and they're getting nothing out of it.
And that's what Miami wants to make you do, is get stuff off the dribble.
They'd love to see you put the ball on the floor.
Hart with the steal. Great defense by Ron Harper. Back to Tony, and here's just what John talked about. Oh, what a move. It wouldn't fall, though.
And the other thing, too, is they're a step ahead of the Bulls now when the ball comes off the boards.
P.J. Brown missed that badly, but comes back up with it.
They'll go 3 on this break.
Timeout Miami. 2:51 left in the first period, and the Heat lead the Bulls 23-14.
Well, not much of a crowd here today, but it should be a good game. All right, Stewart's batting 3 here.
Oh, my Budweiser. I'm going to go find those guys.
All right, Wedman toes the rubber. Deliver. Whoa, a long drive to left field. That ball's going to carry. It's going out of here. There's one lucky fan out there, but he's got something in his hands. What's he going to do? He's got to make his move. His brother was good. Oh, that ball bounced about 20 feet off his head.
Please, just let go of the beer.
Let go of the beer, son.
Using drugs cost me my childhood. I was 12 years old and I resorted to male prostitution in order to fund my habit. When that first needle went in my arm, I didn't know that it would end, you know, when I was 40. Being told that now that I've been using a needle all these years, I have AIDS and I have paid for my kicks with my life. Every choice we make, whether it's the choice to smoke a cigarette, a joint, or a pipe full of crack, every choice that we make is basically a choice between living or dying.
Ron of Japan, Chicago's most authentic Japanese steakhouse, invites you to savor Chicagoland's best steak and seafood. So the next time you're in Chicago or Northbrook, experience the fun and tradition of Ron of Japan. Ron of Japan, where every night is a celebration.
Says that he has watched Bashan Leonard drill 85 of 100 threes regularly at practice. Riley's giving him the name layup because of that. We're seeing why here in the first quarter. Here's number 1 from Leonard. This guy opened up the season, Tom, Johnny, and John, as Miami's number 5 shooting guard behind Sasha Danilovic, Keith Askins, Dan Marley, and Gary Grant. But because he's had such an excellent regular season, he has turned out to be the number 1 shooting guard on this Miami team. He has scored half of Miami's points here in the early minutes of the first quarter. Back to you guys.
You gotta, if people have a cure for a bad throat, if you could send it to Luke here at Sports Channel, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. So he's struggling.
Steve Kerr in the game now. Look at that. He's right around that rim, and he misses it.
And an interesting thing is that Steve comes in the game and matches up against Leonard. Phil knows that Steve is very attentive to guys who shoot from range. He's not going to stray from him. He'll match to him quickly in transition. Leads Ron Harper on Hardaway.
Mourning with the catch of the jump shot. P.J. Brown, by the way, came out. Dan Marley has just checked in. Partially blocked, and Steve right there.
You have to be aware of where Mourning is all the time. Much like Mutombo in the last series against Atlanta, he's going to roam.
Harper with the baseline jumper. Brian Williams right there kicks it out. Scottie for 3.
His first attempt from 3 and the first knockdown at $76. Donated charitables from Parex Muffler in Green.
Just under 2 minutes left in the first period. 23-17. Miami with the lead. Ashburn backs in with a fadeaway jumper is good.
And he likes to shoot over that right shoulder. So from either block, when he gets it, from that left, he's going to turn baseline and shoot over his right shoulder.
You got to remember when he was with Dallas, he got 50 in this building that first year.
Tony now would post up, you think, and take the shot. Let it to the basket. Blocked, got it back. Got that one blocked. Brian Williams puts this one up. Shot clock went off just as the ball hit the rim.
What a defensive series that time by the big guy.
Inside, missed it. Here come the Bulls.
You got numbers. Marley's still in the backcourt.
Hart for three.
Hardaway bumped on that play.
I thought Harp had a chance to cut to the basket when he gave the ball up to Pippen. With Marley still in the backcourt, he just stayed at the three-point line.
As the Bulls continue through the playoffs, Sports Channel still your only place for complete post-game coverage. After every game on NBC, switch over to Sports Channel for Live in the Locker Room. Exclusive interviews, comments, and more. Bulls taking the 5th on Sports Channel, Chicago's championship headquarters. See if Miami tries a 2-for-1 here. Hardaway backs his way in. He'll get the screen roll from Mashburn. Decides not to take it. Harper picks up a foul. Bulls in one.
Yeah, just their first in the last 2 minutes. So that puts the ball out on the side. The Bulls should get the last shot of the quarter.
I'll tell you what, Mourning has been dominating in this first quarter.
I'm sure he feels he has something to prove. He did not play that well in the series last year. He had one good game, 30-point game, but he wants to come out and play well. And he's done a lot of talking, so he has to back up.
That's right. Leonard with 10 in the shot clock. They want this one-on-one matchup. Steve knocks it away.
It's 4 on the shot clock, so you have to be ready for some type of screen and a shooter coming off. You have to arrive on catch and be in the guy's face, and he does.
Miami needs a quick catch and shoot now. Ike Austin will put up a tough three. An air ball, and Bulls have it. 3 seconds left in the period. Bulls are pretty good at these. Scottie for three. Nope. We played one period here at the United Center. The Miami Heat lead the Chicago Bulls 25-17.
Scottie's heading for the playoffs, but first he's making a little detour to Montgomery Ward. Good thinking, Scottie, because right now there's a great deal on a Sharp camcorder. It's just $4.99 with a mail-in rebate. A Sharp 27-inch color TV with stereo sound is only $2.99, and take home a Toshiba Hi-Fi VCR for $1.99. So what'd you get, Scottie? Pip? Huh. Hope he doesn't miss the next playoff game. Hurry into Montgomery Ward for great brands at great prices.
You see it every business day. The companies that do well are the ones that take good care of their people, which may explain why more companies of all sizes prefer Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, where people get easy access to quality care and more choices, more doctors, hospitals, plans, and prices. It's no surprise. The companies that succeed take good care of their people, and so do we at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois.
Back down. Follow through. Never give up. Committed to action. Move fast. Get there first. Committed to breaking news. Dig deeper. Look further. Truth is what counts. Committed to investigation. Make the commitment. Keep the commitment. Channel 5 News. Committed to Chicago.
Joe, Speedy Messenger Service just hit a speed bump.
What do you mean? This is just great. The phone's breaking off the hook.
That's exactly why our biggest account is leaving us.
What? I don't understand.
They said they've been having problems getting through to us.
I don't get it. If they couldn't get through, then how'd you find out?
I got a letter this morning. Delivered by their new messenger service.
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
World champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust, and by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
So you talk about what Alonzo Mourning means to this team from a defensive defensive standpoint. And in that first quarter, he was all over the place, challenging shots, blocking shots, 5 in that first quarter alone. And the Bulls are going to have to realize that he's going to be at the basket. Guys like Brian Williams are going to have to find an area where they can get open, and really when he commits now, to make him pay for his committing. So five block shots in that first quarter, 7 points for Mourning. A terrific start. You had Vashawn Leonard's 12 points to that, and they got terrific production from those 2 players when Tim Hardaway didn't even score.
And you see first quarter stats now. Miami 10 of 22. Bulls just 7 of 28 with 3-pointers. Miami doing a great job. 4 of 6. Bulls made 1 of 3.
And I'm sure Pat Riley has to feel great about the way his team started. A lot of energy. They played the way he wanted to. Easy baskets. A couple by Mourning on the in transition, and then Vashawn Leonard's 3-point shooting out of transition as well.
Luke comes back into the ball game. Alonzo Mourning stays on the bench. Jason Caffey in for the Bulls. Tony takes the long deuce, short. Rebound pulled down by the most improved player in the NBA, Mike Austin.
They have a small lineup in right now. Austin's their biggest player. Mashburn's playing the 4. He's going to take Jason off the dribble right now. Bulls can go inside against this team on offense.
Mashburn tried to come in, missed it. Tony Kukoc right there. Jason Caffey did a nice job defensively.
Tony's got to not stay outside. He's got Marley on it too. He's got to fight down low.
Well, something we've all talked about is what a great post-up player Tony is. MJ lost it for a second and then hits in the lane. Impacts what a difference he can be because he's so creative down in the low post, and a guy like Marley, you'd think, just have little chance to stop him.
Yeah, he's got the size. He just has to find a way to get there.
Steve Kerr will be called for the foul. Alonzo Mourning will check in.
Yes, Riley didn't like what he saw, at least from the size standpoint. But even now, if he leaves Mourning and Austin in the game, that's going to mean that Tony's going to have someone he can still play.
Now Askins comes in. He can shoot that 3 also, but he's a little more physical defensive player. See if he goes against me.
I would expect him to take the defensive assignment of Michael.
Look at that. Look at that. Take that thing 2-3 dribbles down the lane and slams it. Cannot give those up.
Tony now down in the low post. Bulls reversing. Luke wanted to go to Kukoc, couldn't.
Look at that.
Jason, turnaround jump shot in the baseline, a little too strong. Tony with the reach over will be called for the foul.
They just run a little turnout here, and Tony gets hung up on the baseline screen by Mourning, and no one's there to step in to take away direct line to the basket. You cannot allow a guy like Dan Marley to get that type of shot. He's a guy that you want to make him settle for contested 3-point shots. A layup that goes in for him is something that just get his confidence going.
Down low, Mourning backs his way in with Caffey on him, continues to back in the lane. The jump hook goes for Alonzo.
You see no double team from the Bulls. They allow Mourning to take 4 or 5 dribbles in the lane, and he gets too close to the basket. He likes that right-hand jump hook.
Steve Kerr with the tough turnaround, back iron, rebound. Mike Austin comes up with it. Everything's bouncing Miami's way right now. Dan Marley way off for the 3. Well, that didn't bounce Miami's way. MJ double team now has Mourning go away. Mourning has really played well. He's been a dominant factor.
He's not afraid of anybody on the court. Nobody's put any fear in him, and they're stepping away on shots. They're not coming in. He's dominating, and he's got a right to.
Tony gets it right back. Longley. I'll check that. Jason Caffey puts it up. Missed it.
They're coming in with left-handed shots. There's nothing going into the hole in one corner now. Back to Luke in.
He likes to face Luke. He knows Luke's got size. And that's a terrific move. Good footwork. And he throws Luke, was able to go baseline and finish on the other side of the basket.
Phil Jackson wants another timeout. 8:42 left first half, making 31-19. Miami with the lead.
They live for are moments like this. Spectacular regular seasons, championship successes, all memories fade away in the glare of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now it's do or die on a showcase stage. And this year, the Bulls are taking the fifth. The stars of the game face the fire of playoff intensity when the Bulls face the Miami Heat. The Eastern Conference Finals are here on Sports Channel, Chicago's championship headquarters.
She knew where she was headed, and it wasn't to a bigger office with longer hours, where you phone home good nights to your kids. She has her own business now, and along the way found a broker who kept her focused on where she was going. She gave up the big office and a view, but what she's seeing is her kids growing up. How'd she get there?
More research, insight, understanding. Payne Weber. Invest with more intelligence.
For years, the 16-inch clincher softball has been a familiar sight on diamonds from Niles to Naperville. The same can be said about the 97 Chevy S10 pickup. Both provide rugged play and long drives at an affordable price. While the ball is the center of activity on the field, the S10 is the focus after the game. With an optional third door providing easy access for bats, balls, and that occasional sprained ankle victim. If only the ball was this big in the pros.
Welcome back to the United Center. We're sitting alongside Georgetown coach John Thompson. And Coach, I saw you at Sunday's game, Game 7 between the Knicks and the Heat. You were watching a couple of your former players in Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. I know it was a tough loss for Patrick, especially after everything that had happened. And there are many who feel that that was his best chance to ever make it to the promised land and grab that NBA title. I'm sure you've spent some time with him after the contest. Give us an idea of how Patrick is feeling.
Well, I think he's very depressed about it because of how it happened. I think it's disappointing enough to lose a ball game on the court, but when you lose it based on a decision, certainly you might have some understanding of the decision, but after 80 games of play, that's no consolation. You want to decide it on a basketball court, and at this point of his career, I'm certain that he wanted especially to get out and play. They have a very good team.
For Alonzo Mourning, his first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, Shaquille O'Neal has gone to the Western Conference. Is Zoe ready to be the #1 center in the East?
Well, I don't know whether he's ready to be the #1 center in the East, but he certainly is playing well now. And I think he's an outstanding player, and I think his game is in an upward curve, and he's just going to be a great player.
Finally, a couple of reports here in Chicago that you might be interested in moving to the pros and leaving the college ranks, possibly talking to Orlando or even the Knicks. Any truth to that?
I haven't spoken to anyone. I think I gave an interview in Washington with some friends of mine, and that's really been distorted. I'm curious about the professional game, but I love Georgetown University also. I think it's like everything else. Everything gets bent out of proportion.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
34-19 now, Miami with the lead. The Bulls trying to get something rolling offensively. Tony goes to the basket and gets fouled by Dan Marley. Tony Kukoc will go to the line. Scottie Pippen gets set to check back in.
Can I give you a little trivia question? You know that guy Luke was talking to, or that Lou was talking to?
John Thompson, yeah.
He was an original draft choice of the Chicago Bulls expansion. Drafted from Boston, decided not to come. There he is. I told him, go see if you can do something else in life. You won't make this club.
Did you really?
No, not really. He just decided not to come and went into coaching.
Dennis with the offensive rebound. Bulls need a little energy, a little life. And this may be a time Dennis could help wide open.
Shoot it, Steve. You got it.
There's a reason you coached in this league, wasn't it?
Well, that's 2 possessions. Even the time before when Luke missed a shot, the Bulls extended Miami out defensively. They actually got a good shot. Steve Kerr threw Mourning to him. That's a good sign that the Bulls are finding a way, maybe a crack in Miami's defense.
Boston fakes the shot, goes inside, and Alonzo Mourning goes right to the basket.
So 5-on-4 out there now.
36-22 as Jamal Mashburn gets up off the Miami bench. Tony spins off the glass. Nope. Rebound tap, and Austin destiny is right there. Bulls just can't finish off right now.
This is a good move by Tony getting to the post.
Bulls have capped season ticket sales at 15,000 seats and have started priority number waiting list for seats that may become available in the future. To add your name to the season ticket waiting list, call 312-455-4000. Only 0 for 6 from the field.
That missed both of his free throw attempts.
Mourning backs his way in. Brown wanted to carry, runs over Rodman. Offensive foul on Mourning.
Yeah, that's great defense by Dennis. He knows that when Mourning backs down from that left block, he wants to go middle. Dennis anticipates it and throws his body into the offensive player as well as anyone drawing the contact.
We got a timeout on the floor. 6:48 left first half. Bulls trying to come back. Miami leads at 36-22.
Keeping your business running like clockwork. We understand how important that is. That's why Chicago's hometown airline, United, gives you over 1,000 flights in and out of O'Hare, with more service to more cities than any other airline. How is it we understand business so well? Because our over 50,000 employees are business owners themselves, the employee owners of United. Come fly our friendly skies.
Welcome to sunny California. Man, if it wasn't raining, I'll be busting y'all up right now. Little crossover right to left. You know, I hit you with the first step. I'll blow right by you.
Sometimes we just try to make you look good.
Stop like that. Oh, I think the sun coming out too.
The 97 Mazda 626 LX Special Edition. Lease for $229. Add rich leather and the lease goes to. Add air and a silky automatic and the lease cruises to. Add power everything and the lease rolls to. Add the best basic warranty in its class and you get the idea. Lease or buy for $18,345.
They have to think I'm crazy when I said double dribble on Mourning before he picked up the offensive foul. Watch this. He catches the ball, knocks it down now. He comes back up with it. He's got the ball. He holds it in one hand over Dennis, and now he puts the ball back down on the floor again for the double dribble. Then he runs over the top of Dennis Rodman, and it's an offensive foul.
Might have been a carry, too.
Well, a couple things. Holy mackerel, the Kerr brothers are here again. We need all the support we can get tonight.
This period from the field, Miami 5 of 8 Bulls, just 2 of 9.
And just 9 of 37 for the game, 24%. Taking tough shots, a lot of long jump shots, and as you mentioned, when they have gotten around the basket, they haven't been able to finish.
Luke started out in the corner, now goes away. Scottie finds MJ in the lane, fakes. Michael with the fadeaway jumper puts it in.
He's one of the few guys that has that adjustability. When he sees that big shot blocker come out, they can put some air under the ball.
Miami with pretty good ball movement, good screens, and Tim Hardaway hits the 3.
That's his first points of the game.
Looks for MJ as Jamal Mashburn looked like he got hit in the stomach. Ike Austin with the rebound. 39-24. Miami with the lead. 3-point and one more attempt for Miami. Out of bounds Bulls ball. And Mashburn, yeah, hanging on to his left hand. His left thumb looks like maybe he got jammed or something on the play. On shooting hand. Guys, how do you work into this now? Bulls obviously struggling a little bit as Michael gets asked to fall, and Dennis Rodman follows it up. How do you get the rhythm back now, guys? That's a big question.
Defensively, really putting some clamps on. I would go a little in front of Alonzo Mourning. He's done damage standing behind him when he catches the ball.
But we talked about how Miami got some easy scores early in the game. The Bulls haven't gotten anything easy yet. maybe in transition would help him out.
Askins thought about it. Scottie did a great job of really guarding two people. Ike Austin with the fadeaway jumper hits.
Yeah, this is another, they can throw a couple of different looks at you. They can go small as they did earlier in the game when Mashburn was playing the 4. They can also throw Austin in there now and play an Austin Mourning lineup. And Austin played very well against the Bulls in their series this season. Shot something like 71%. So he has that ability, and he was the most improved player in the NBA. So you can't fall asleep on him.
Ball deflected out. At an upcoming Bulls playoff game, 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls pom-pom. Compliments of the Sun Times.
Offensive foul on Luke. He didn't see him move at all, but he picks up foul number 3. Here comes Brian.
Looked like he just threw a little hip out there to get his feet set. You see that comparison of the centers. Mourning dominating in this game. Along with those 13 points and 6 rebounds, he has 5 block shots.
Brian Williams with a little interest as he comes on the floor. Did you see the look? 41-26, Miami with the big lead. Scottie over to force Hardaway to pick it up, and Scottie does a great job of getting back to Askins in the corner. Now the Bulls do run a double team. Askins open for 3 from the corner, and Michael with the rebound. Bulls came with a double team that time against Mourning.
Really for the first time in this game.
Scottie comes down the lane, puts it off the glass, and a blocking foul called. Scottie will go to the line. Randy Brown will check in for the Bulls.
You know, Alonzo Mourning is not a great passer out of double teams. On the season, just 106 assists in the 66 games he played. And this is a guy who has the ball in his hands a lot down in the post. What he does do is turn the ball over 3 times a game. So the Bulls can double team him, but when he puts the ball on the floor and makes that quick move, that might be the time to come also, so that you make him give it up on the move, may make a mistake that way.
Luke Cannella standing by. What's up, Luke?
He actually worked with Patrick Ewing last summer on passing out of double and triple teams guys, but as you said, he doesn't look like much better than he did in last year's playoff.
Well, the Bulls did the same kind of thing with Shaquille O'Neal a few years ago. They decided to make somebody else beat them, and then was it last year or the year before, they said, all right, Shaq, you beat us. We're going to play you single coverage, and the Bulls destroyed him in the playoffs.
He's got a big lead. It's a little easier to shoot these threes.
Yeah.
As you see Mashburn just get it and line it up, you don't have to worry about missing a couple of those. That's 7 for 12, 7 for 13 now.
It is outstanding. Inside Scottie with the quick move. Got it counted, and he's fouled. Dennis talking to Phil right now about defense and how he wants him to open up defensively to see. You got to see the man see the ball.
They'll do this sometimes. Mashburn likes to handle the basketball. They'll put him on top of the floor, and they'll put Hardaway down. He likes to post up smaller guards, and it looks like he wants the ball against Randy Brown.
Mashburn now goes away as Hardaway tries to back in against Randy Brown. Hardaway continues to back, kicks it out 4 on the clock. Mashburn missed that. MJ right there. Miami leads it by 14. Scottie backs his way in, comes off the screen. Bulls will reset. Michael trying to post up with Leonard right there defensively. MJ finally gets it. And it knocked away at a foul call on Deshaun Leonard. Randy Brown got knocked down. He's upset with Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway smashed him across a pick, and keep an eye.
Yeah, Randy was getting up. He was coming right at Hardaway. Michael with it down low. Backs in. Short, and a foul called on Deshaun Leonard, and Leonard upset with Bennett Salvador has picked up his 3rd.
There's been several times in this first half where the Bulls have thought they've been hit on shots. That time Michael gets the call. He just posts him up again, turns in, and there's Leonard sticking his hand and just gets him on the wrist a little bit. And that's oftentimes enough just to get you out of the the motion of your shot and force you to come up short.
Miami calls a timeout. 3:03 left first half. The Heat lead it 44-31.
Every play, just tell him to do it.
W1 by Raymond Weil. The cutting edge in time. Time for the next generation. W1 by Raymond Weil.
All right, who's next?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships.
Those horns really work?
Come to Subway now and get a Bulls helmet for $3.99 with any fresh value meal.
Where's the horn?
We have a winner.
Tired of the same old, then try the new Bullseye Southwest Club. Turkey breast, roast beef, ham, and bacon smothered with a big, bold taste of Bullseye barbecue sauce. It's downright causing a stampede over there at Subway. Take the Subway Challenge.
You want a pie? Go see Grandma. You want it stuffed? Hey, see a taxidermist. You want deep dish? Here's a shovel. But if you're looking for something different, something better, come to Bertucci's for our handcrafted brick oven pizza. You get a light, crispy crust and a sophisticated taste that could only come from a Bertucci's brick oven. Now, doesn't that sound better? Bertucci's. Our brick oven makes it better.
Here at the United Center in Chicago, along with Luke Ellis, John Paxson, Red Kerr, I'm Tom Doors. The Bulls take on the Miami Heat. Game 1 of this Eastern Conference Finals right here on Sports Channel. Alonzo Mourning coming in. Coming up on our Chevy and Geo Dealers halftime report, Cash and Norm will have first half highlights and a look back at Game 1 of the Rockets and Jazz, and of course a look ahead to Game 2 tomorrow night.
Condolences to the family of my friend and neighbor Wendell Chisa, who passed away last Friday.
Michael Jordan will go to the free throw line. He's got one. 44-31, Miami with the lead.
And this is a real important last 3 minutes of the half where the Bulls need to get back in this game. They haven't shot well. Here they are down 12. You'd really like to get this thing obviously under double digits. But find some rhythm to your game where you can feel good going into halftime.
Hardaway comes off the screen. Good help by Scottie for a second there, and again he got right back to measurement. Alonzo with a flat shot. BJ with the tip. Dennis Rodman right there. Coming up on 2.5 left in the first half. Brian Williams with Mourning on him. It's back to Michael. Oh, MJ split everybody and put it in.
Well, Miami generally jumps those screen and rolls real hard and force you to give it up. But Mourning was late coming out that time, and Michael split it and found himself at the rim.
Knocked away, loose ball. Scottie's got it. Pip, length of the floor, blocked by P.J. Brown.
And now you got to get back and get matched.
Jamal Mashburn for three, way off in the Bulls. Oh, Mashburn gets it back inside and lays it in.
They just stopped playing.
Yes, they did.
You got to run back thinking that shot's not going to go in and then capture the ball.
See Pat Riley on the sidelines. He's always telling his team he wants them to push it up the floor. He wants them to get back on defense, run hard is what he keeps telling them both ways.
Well, and he's trying to break it down into a simple game. He'd like to get easy baskets, and he's trying to keep the Bulls from getting them, and that's exactly what's happened here in the first half.
That's right. The transition has not been good. Uh-oh, that's Brown pushing Williams. Let's see if they got a double. Let's see if they get a double foul on this. P.J. Brown just ran Williams off the ball. He's got a double. 18, a flagrant foul on Williams. Oh, you got to take a look and see what happens here. Did we just see the second part of it? Or did I just see the second part? Right in front of us here. Right in front of us, Brown just ran Williams off and chucked him with an elbow.
It just looked like they got tangled up as they came out of the pack. Their arms were locked. But sometimes that's, you don't know when the official picks it up, and you don't know what he sees. And Bennett Salvatore was all the way on the other side of the floor, and he may have seen the second thing. We're not sure because we didn't have the angle on the replay.
There's Bennett. Keith Askins comes in for Miami. Dan Marley checks out. Nope, Jamal Mashburn comes out.
So flagrant foul and ball on the side. They get one free throw out of it and a chance to get a couple more.
Just under a minute and a half left in the first half. 47-34 Miami.
Oh, yes, that was obvious. Ike Austin, big bruiser that he is, steps out and knocks Randy Brown down. Whew. There it is.
Bulls trying to cut into this Miami lead. Very similar to game 1 against Atlanta. Pip, turnaround jumper from 15 falls. Randy Brown trying to get that hand in just to get a piece of the ball. Under a minute left in the first half. Austin up high to set the screen, goes away and shoots from 16. Bulls trying to get a little run here to close out the half, just what Tax was talking about with 3 minutes to go. See if they can do it now. Michael with the fake, rocker step, long jumper. MJ buries it.
And now you come down, you get a chance to get a stop here, and you'll get the last shot. You come up with a rebound and have a chance to cut it down to 7 or 6. And they're going to run a high screen and roll, one of their favorite plays, especially at the end of quarters.
Hardaway back to Mike Austin from 16 and put that in with 17 seconds left.
Well, the Bulls chose that time to try to string that out and use Brian Williams as a double teamer. And Isaac Austin just stepped to the foul line. There was no rotation coming from the weak side to pick him up.
Bulls open the floor up a little bit. P.J. Brown will go up to double team. Inside Rodman tipped it. Brian Williams put it up short. Got it back. Put this one up. Nope. Oh, man. Marley with the rebound, and that'll do it. We play one half of basketball here at the United Center. And the Miami Heat lead the Chicago Bulls 49-38. Now let's go back to our studios one more time. Here's Steve Cashel.
All right, not a great first half for the Bulls. They did go on a 10-5 run to close the second quarter. And coming up here in our Chevy GL halftime report, Norm Van Leer will join me to analyze the first half. We'll also head out west to check in on the Jazz and Rockets as Utah goes looking for its first appearance in the NBA Finals. But first, it's the Ameritech call of the half.
Oh, MJ split everybody and put it in.
Well, Miami generally jumps those.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet and Geo dealers. People you can trust when you're looking for a good car value. The owners, managers, and crew who proudly call the McDonald's in your neighborhood My McDonald's. NBC5 committed to Chicago. Gillette Sensor XL and the Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get. Get away from the ordinary and discover the extraordinary. Las Vegas, call your travel agent today. And by Ginsana, the original all-natural energizer.
Your name, please? Michael Jordan. I've made shots at the buzzer. I've been in championship games. But I've never had butterflies like this.
Show me your horn.
These people are all business. Okay. Good thing I had my Chevy Blazer along. Sure came through in the clutch. DOFTP-ZLCDO.
Have a seat over in the blue chairs and wait for them to call your name.
I not only renewed my license.
Smile, look at the camera.
I renewed my confidence as well.
Want a bud?
Sure. Are you okay? I'm fine.
Yes! Where were we?
Just a reminder, next time you need a little help getting airborne, the 50,000 employee owners of United Airlines would be more than happy to help. Come fly our friendly skies.
10 years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Ginsana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana.
Stephen Norm back with you. Tonight it's game one of the Eastern Conference Finals as the Bulls are meeting the Miami Heat. The Bulls are coming off a long rest period, having not played since last Tuesday, while the Heat are coming off that tough 7-game series against the Knicks, which they closed on Sunday. Here's what it's looked like thus far. Miami comes out running and gunning. But Sean Leonard, a big first half on the fast break, hits the long three. It's our Gillette replay, Norm. 12 points on 4 threes, all in the first quarter for Leonard.
Well, they should be the team on the up-tempo beat. They've played. They just got into off of a series with New York. Bulls rested. And it shows, Steve, in his first half.
2 rejections here for Alonzo Mourning in front of Coach John Thompson, the present Georgetown coach, I should say. Michael keeps the Bulls in it. He leads all scorers with 20 points. The Bulls found themselves down by as many as 15, but then cut it to 6. But Alonzo Mourning leads Miami right now with 13 points. Phil and Tex looking to make some changes at the half. Bulls, as I said, trailed by as many as 15 at 34-19, but going a small run there towards the end of the second quarter. And right now it's a 49-38 lead at the half. You were talking about it, Norm, in the pregame show of how the Bulls, this may happen to the Bulls with that long rest. And Miami just coming off a game, we think they might get tired out. Maybe that'll come in the third and fourth quarter. Right now, the Bulls are getting out-hustled. They're being out-rebounded. Miami's looking good.
Well, they're looking good. I don't know if the Bulls, things are just not falling into place. I think you got the shot. They're running the plays. They got things going. I think they're hustling. They're doing things, but they're not capping. They're not finishing it off. And a couple of times, they did stand around on the defense, but at the same time, the defense has kept them somewhat close by coming up with some good plays. And sometimes Miami might have rushed some shots, but the Bulls came down with some fast breaks, hit a few shots, got into a little spurt, and you feel, hey, the rust is off, let's go. But then it showed right back again. At the same time, you got to go with the momentum. Miami's shown that. They've played well. In most parts, they're playing team ball. Seemed to be a very comfortable game, not a physical, eye-staring, popping game that you think a Pat Riley team would bring forth in playing the Bulls. So right now, Steve, they're playing good balanced ball. Seems like a little lightweights just going at it by hitting each other, punching, filling out. And I like to say the Bulls need to come out, need to exert something in the third period or keep Miami from running out, because that is the most important period. The Bulls have been known to come out and score, but they have to watch Miami so they don't jump out to a big lead in that third period.
You talk about balance now. The Bulls are not getting much balance. Jordan and Pippen have combined for 31 of the 38 points. Other than that, Steve Kerr 3, Rodman 2, Luke 2. They need some other guys to be scoring, especially like a Tony Kukoc.
No doubt about it. Usually when the Bulls play, they're 2 leading scorer. Look, they only have 3 guys in the whole roster averaging double figures of a team that's won 69 games, and I've beaten that to death, but I find that truly amazing. But someone has got to step up. They had shots. You're just kind of blowing it, missing a layup here and there. Another force you got to remember, circle this. Alonzo Mourning's blocking everything and playing ball, and playing Alonzo Mourning ball without the temperament and the attitude that goes with it. There's no flare-ups at this particular time. Good basketball, but at the same time, be very careful in this third period. The Bulls cannot, in my opinion, afford to let this team get out to a 15, 16-point lead and then use up all that energy trying to get back in the game. Keep it even kill, get going, and hopefully the offense starts getting in sync and making some shots and making Miami play a little more defense.
All right, still to come, we're going to take a look at the Houston Rockets in their opening game with the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. We'll also get you set for second half action from the UC as our Chevy Geo halftime report continues.
The 97 Mazda 626 LX Special Edition. Lease for $229. Add rich leather and the lease goes to... Add air and a silky automatic and the lease cruises to. Add power everything and the lease rolls to. Add the best basic warranty in its class and you get the idea. Lease or buy for $18,345.
We spent so much time working on this, getting it going.
And it almost fell apart over who was going to buy the paper clips.
We kind of learned the hard way that we just both couldn't do everything.
She works on products, new sauces, and I sell.
We're in over 200 restaurants now.
The big decisions we make together.
That's why you have a partner. If I'm laying awake at night, I want to know someone else is too.
It's your life's work. Does your bank understand that?
So, you want to see my Discover Card statement? I am very, very prissy.
Put up or shut up!
I love to be pampered. I go have my hair done. I love to go have my nails done, have pedicures, manicures. My biggest weakness would have to be shoes. Cashback bonus award really floats my boat.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
I am definitely a shopaholic.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
To make it to the sizzling, smoking, red-hot playoffs, you've got to have the stuff. Just like Montgomery Ward. We've got Admiral Designer Series top-mount refrigerators for just $4.99. And a Maytag Super Capacity laundry pair. Washer just $4.69, dryer $3.99. Get them while they're hot. Only at Montgomery Ward.
Coming up after the game, don't forget, we'll go live inside both locker rooms, and we'll do it throughout the NBA playoffs. Remember, games 3 and 4 on NBC this weekend, Saturday, Monday. But join Norm and I as soon as it's over on NBC. Turn over the Sports Channel. You'll see us here with complete postgame. The winner of this Bulls Heat series gets the winner of the Western Conference Finals. That series features the Utah Jazz and Houston Rockets, meaning each of the top 4 seeds in the NBA playoffs have advanced. Last night, the Jazz beat the Rockets in Game 1 of their best-of-7 series. Before the game, Mailman was delivered the trophy from Commissioner David Stern. Of course, Michael Jordan finished second early on. Mailman with some email. Beautiful backdoor feed, cutting Jeff Hornacek from Lyons Township. He had 19. Then Kevin Willis downloaded Charles Barkley. Not a great game for Barkley.
Barkley coming alive now.
But time running out in the first half. Stockton, the prayer at the buzzer. Yes, everything going Utah's way, especially at home. They're up 9 at the break. Off the long, Barkley missed them. Malone gets the outlet, slams it home. Malone shows why he's the MVP. Utah, very, very difficult. Karl Malone shaking off a hand injury to score 21. Stockton added 16 points, 13 assists. Utah led by as many as 21. Akeem had 30 for Houston, but none in the fourth quarter. And Utah now up 1-0 in that best-of-7 series. Game 2 tomorrow again in Utah. And the Utah Jazz looking good. So difficult to beat at home now. They're 44-3 this year at the Delta Center.
No doubt about it. That's why you get that home court advantage. It's going to be very difficult to deal with that, you know, if they maintain and get through this. But Houston's very capable of coming back and winning.
Yes, they are. I thought it would be a great finals if we can get the Bulls and the Houston Rockets in it. That'd be outstanding. We're going to get you set up for second half action from the United Center. But we continue here right now. Bulls trailing at the half, 49-38.
This halftime break is brought to you in part by Brewery Fresh Budweiser. Now introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your Bud was born because fresh beer tastes better.
Cozy, huh?
Whoa.
Bedroom?
No way.
Security? Close to transportation! Classic fixtures. Ooh, what do we have here? Bud Light. Go ahead. It's got your name on it. I'll get my own. Nice. Huh?
I'll take it. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I was down to my last one.
Keeping your business running like clockwork. We understand how important that is. That's why Chicago's hometown airline, United, gives you over 1,000 flights in and out of O'Hare, with more service to more cities than any other airline. How is it we understand business so well? Because our over 50,000 employees are business owners themselves, the employee owners of United. Come fly our friendly skies.
Don't back down. Follow through. Never give up. Committed to action. Move fast. Get there first. Committed to breaking news.
Dig deeper. Look further. Truth is what counts. Committed to investigation. Make the commitment. Keep the commitment. Channel 5 News. Committed to Chicago.
I do not drive to work. I do not drive to get from point A to point B. I do not drive to run away from the world. I just love to drive.
The 1997 Monte Carlo. Personal space from genuine Chevrolet. The cars more Americans trust. Now choose 3.9% APR financing or $750 cash back on Monte Carlo.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Norm and I will be hosting a Bulls party on Saturday, May 24th at the Alumni Club in Lincoln Park for Game 3 of this series. There will be free pizza at halftime, also door prizes and free giveaways, including a pair of Bulls playoff tickets. First 100 people through the doors receive an MGD Bulls souvenir glass, all sponsored by Miller. Come join us. We'll have a question-and-answer session with Norm, trivia contest with prizes. Yes, then, of course, after the game, Norm and I will be here on Sports Channel for a complete post-game from Miami. Bulls right now trailing by 11 in Game 1, 49-38. What do the Bulls need to do to win?
First of all, a good, strong attitude in the third period, just like my good friend George Berger of the Sun-Times. Keep up the good attitude. He's not feeling well right now. That's what the Bulls are going to do. George, get well. Bulls are going to come out smoking.
And they're going to win.
Yes, they are. They better. They're a little rusty right now, Steve, but they'll get it.
Should be a good second half. It's about to start right now. Bulls trailing the Heat. Following these messages, head back out to the UC, and we'll rejoin Tom, John, Pax, and Little Lou for the call of the second half. Norm, you're killing me. We'll see you after the game.
Something old and something new will be on hand when Bo Vaughn and Nomar Garcia-Parra lead Boston against the resurgent Sox for a bombs away series at Comiskey. Tomorrow night at 7 on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out.
To impress the gentler set, one mustn't allow perspiration to run amok. Thus, new Right Guard Clear Stick, a new superior approach to powerful protection. All the wetness and odor protection of a white stick, now in a powerful clear stick. So clear, there's no flaky white stuff. Now perspiration hasn't a chance with this new advance. New Right Guard Clear Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Distinct, capable, real. The new 97 Jeep Wrangler is still what it's always been, but better. Southwest Jeep Eagle has one for you and much more, including Jeep Cherokees, Grand Cherokees, and a huge selection of pre-owned cars, plus an award-winning service department to provide your car with care of the highest standard. And at Southwest Jeep Eagle, your business is always welcome. Bad credit, even no credit, you can finance. If you want people who are down to earth but expect savings that are out of this world, visit Southwest Jeep Eagle on the corner of Archer and Kedzie.
No, I'm not a professional basketball player, but even in my business, sometimes you have to kick some butt to stay ahead of the competition. One way I do that is with the cell phone I got from Triangle Electronics.
At Triangle Electronics, anyone can get a phone. No contracts, no credit checks, no deposits. Get a Motorola phone and 30 minutes of Ameritech airtime for $119, and we'll turn it on while you wait. Call 1-800-662-4536.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by W1 by Raymond Weil, the cutting edge in time. Montgomery Ward, your headquarters for the official Chicago Bulls team shop. And by Discover Card, proud sponsor of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary.
Welcome back to the United Center. We're standing alongside assistant coach Frank Hamblin. 31% shooting, 38 points. Not the offense you guys were looking for in the first half. What isn't happening?
No, that kind of tells the story about it as far as we were concerned the first half. And, you know, even though we were rested, it looked like we had a little rust on us, especially Tony and Brian Williams. I think they combined for 0 for 11. We only got 3 points off our bench, and Steve Kerr hit a three-pointer. We beat them on the boards. We only had 2 turnovers, so, you know, hopefully we'll get a rhythm on our shot.
They had 7 three-pointers in that first half. How do you shut down those guys?
Well, you know, it's all about knowing where the shooters are. You know, we have to find Bashan Leonard on every possession, in transition, just know where he is, stay attached to him at all times. Also Marley and also Hardaway.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to Tom, Johnny, and John.
All right, thanks, Lou. You always know there is an awful lot of interest in Chicago Bulls basketball, but look at all this stuff. Transmitters and wireless stuff and cameras.
Most of those are for still shots.
I thought they were all for Luke and Ellis, actually. Let's take a look at Payne Weber first half stats. The field goal story, Miami made 5 more. See, took a lot less. The field goal percentage, very much better for Miami. Three-pointers, huge for them. Rebounds. Bulls did a nice job rebounding. That's probably one of the big reasons they're in the game. Blocks 7-1 and fast break points. Bulls have got to get out on the break and get some easy points.
Yeah, it goes back to easy points that Miami has gotten and the Bulls haven't. And really, that sums up the first half. The fact that their bench came in, provided 9 points. Frank Hamlin mentioned that only 3 came off the Bulls bench. And the other thing is that you got 31 of your 38 points from 2 players, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Only 2 each from Rodman, Longley. You got to have better distribution of shots and better scoring distribution if you're going to win this game.
And is Miami happy, do you think, with their defensive effort, getting Michael to work hard for his shots and making the Bulls dribble the ball a lot?
Absolutely. They made him take 19 shots, and that's what they want. They want him to work hard for every shot. He shot 8 of 19, so his percentage wasn't even that good. But he was the bulk of their offense.
Dennis hit the shot, but he had traveled before he had taken it. So that's a turnover for the Bulls. They were pretty good. Only 2 turnovers in that first half.
But you know what? Even more than that, they only forced 4, and that's a bad sign for the Bulls. Scottie almost gets one there, but coming into the series, the Bulls have turned their defense up. They were forcing over 17 turnovers a game, and only 4 against the Miami team is not good enough. And that's a sign that your defense hasn't been as aggressive as you'd like it to be.
That was the first overplay we've seen, really, by the Bulls. Got to come out and get a piece of that ball.
Hardaway picks up his dribble, finds Mourning. Hardaway, quick jumper from the wing, and Luke capped it, got it. 49-38. Bulls trying to get this under double figures. MJ never saw it coming, saved it. Dennis got it. Ron Harper for 3.
Second 3 by the Bulls, and another, $76 goes to charitables from Carex, Muffler, and Break.
Mourning. Backs his way in against Luke. Harper comes over to help. Good recovery. Back to Mourning. MJ comes over just for a second. And Dennis Rodman with a rebound. Defensively, this is a very nice start for the Bulls.
You were right, Max. We talked at halftime. You said you thought the Bulls might come out and double team Alonzo.
Rebound cap. Loose in the lane.
Stay here. Alonzo Mourning's going to get the foul, it looks like. No, it's not. Sean Leonard, his 4th. Watch this collision. The ball goes up high. Well, Luke got away with a little bit of a push there, but as they all go up here, Sean Leonard comes down with the foul. His 4th, and here comes Willie Anderson.
That's a tough call for Pat Riley because that ball was loose, and he had 3 guys going after it.
Well, now Willie Anderson gives him a little bigger man, a little active man on Michael, too.
Luke with it on the offensive side. Goes through the lane with the left hand, Luke Longley.
Well, what you like about that is you're forcing Mourning to defend on the ball. And Luke's big enough to take that one dribble into the lane, get some space, and he has a nice left-hand hook.
Mashburn goes down low. Mourning backs his way through. Tough shot, Alonzo Mourning. Scottie Pippen wanted a travel call.
And we saw in the first half, Dennis Rodman was able to take that middle penetration away, throwing his body in there. Luke may not be quick enough to stop Mourning's rush to the lane.
Luke trying to get open, now steps out to the corner. MJ, tough fadeaway jumper, hits from the left side.
Bulls got it down to 6. This is lowest it's been in a long time.
Bill Jackson calling to his team about defense. Hardaway went away, getting back, and a foul call.
Yes, that's it.
There's a technical on Pip.
That's a bad call.
That is.
The Bulls did a great job of making Hardaway turn his back, and Scottie Pippen does this very well. He read Hardaway's turn and spin, and he came and attacked the basketball. Here it is, the screen. Hart makes him go baseline. And there's Scottie right on the ball, right at the ball. As Phil Jackson coaches, you come down hard, and then Scottie throws the ball down. But that's now 2 calls in a row. Thought the last one against Deshaun Leonard wasn't very good that Ed Rush called. And that one on Scottie wasn't a very good call either.
Miami wants a 20-second timeout. Hey, coming up tomorrow night, White Sox will take on the Boston Red Sox. Mo Vaughn and the Red Sox catch the first pitch, 7 o'clock on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out. Well, the Bulls have come back here in the third quarter. Defensively, they've made things happen. The only thing offensively I think that was really outstanding was Luke going to the basket with that lefty hook. But Johnny made the point in the first half, how you get your rhythm back on offense is on defense.
Well, and that's all. It's trademark. We saw that in the 2 previous series. The fact that they got their offense going by playing good defense. Yeah, you got Longley a basket, but Ron Harper hit that big 3 too, and you could feel the crowd start to rise when he made that.
Carlton Fisk in the audience this evening.
Number 72.
Dale Callan and his wife Meg. Dale, the new pro at Ruffled Feathers Golf Course. Congratulations to him.
American Golf Corporation. He's director of golf promotions out there.
He'll do a great job.
Good announcer for Sports Channel.
Oh, yeah.
Good golf.
With Ron Harper on him. Hardaway looking for the shot. Willie Anderson for 3. How about that?
Well, they chased Hardaway around long enough, and he just looked for the open man once he got double.
Harp for 3, tries to hit. Can't. Luke comes over the back and picks up the foul. And an upcoming Bulls playoff game, 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls pom-pom, compliments of the Sun-Times. 54-45. Bulls made a little run, but Miami has come right back. Mourning way out high. Ashburn comes inside, blocked away by Michael. Scottie with the save.
Run, Luke, run.
Scottie for 3.
And 76 more buck. Veritable from RX Muffler and Brake.
3-point shooting. Both at 50%. Mourning goes inside, but hold on, no
Mourning looks hurt.
Is down. Luke has picked up his 5th, and on the play, Mourning now waving his teammate away.
Wants a timeout.
Timeout called by the Miami Heat as they come over to take a look at their star player. We'll take a timeout. 7:51 left in the third. 54-48 Heat in the lead.
He was a mainstay in the 70s, a sweet shooter who led the Bulls in scoring for 7 straight seasons. He was Jordan before there was Jordan. Now, discover how Bob Love said goodbye to the game. Tonight on the Sports Channel Report.
He's an out-of-work actor.
Said you were me. It was a walk-on, Charlie.
Impersonating a lawyer.
This is fraud.
Leading overruled.
They? No.
Who's taking the case.
That's our defense.
A Twinkie. And making the most.
Can't we get around this law thing? You're touching me.
Of his day in court. Michael Richards. Jeff Daniels.
The defense!
Trial and Error. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 30th.
People will do just about anything for Bulls tickets.
And now we have the human cannonball.
For Bulls tickets, I'm going off the backboard. Nothing but net. I'm going!
Ooh, air ball.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech Cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
So today we say goodbye to Wallace and honor his last request.
as he travels to that final destination in the sky.
Gee, she's taking this hard. She really loved that car. Goodbye, Wallace.
Alonzo Mourning leaves under his own power, but he's in a lot of pain in that right rib cage. And Luke Canellis, you were on the baseline right there. What did you see?
Dennis Rodman right into his right rib cage, Tom Dorr. He had trouble breathing when he went down to the floor. Here we are with the replay. Mourning trying to drive to the basket. Here comes Rodman with the shoulder right into the right rib. There's another look at it. He beat Longley down the baseline, went for the reverse layup, but there was Rodman waiting, and when he hit the deck, and the doctors came over here, he said, "Get away from me, I'm having trouble breathing." For anyone that's been hit in the ribs before, one of the toughest things right away after you've been hit in the ribs is breathing, and sure enough, Mourning couldn't breathe right there.
Lou, you sound like you're saying that Dennis was a headhunter on that play. It looked like he turned and got him.
I didn't say that.
Well, it sounded like you said it. It looked like Dennis just turned and got him in the ribs. Did he or not?
He got him in the right. He turned. I didn't say he was a headhunter. He just turned that way when he saw that Longley needed help. And when he turned that way, Mourning came into him and actually had his ribs go right into his right shoulder.
Brian Williams in the ball game now. Mashburn with it on top. Mourning wants to go into the middle. Instead goes on top. Anderson hit a three there from a second ago. Missed that one. And Dennis Rodman tracks it down.
You see Michael does a double teamer now. He's coming out making Mourning give the ball up. And actually, Alonzo didn't get a very good pass out to Willie Anderson. He had to gather down by the floor and raise up and shoot it.
It's Dennis's first 10 rebound game since that last series. I don't think he had one, did he?
MJ with the turnaround.
I think he had one in that Atlanta series.
Michael over 23 points. That's another donation from your local Chevy Geo dealers to the James Jordan Boys and Girls Club. Mourning backs his way in. Scottie came that time to help, and a foul called. Brian Williams called for the bump.
If you know the double team is coming from the top of the floor, and you can't allow them to spin back baseline, that's what Brian did that time. Scottie was coming, but it was a little too late.
Michael out of the post. Little turnaround. Up and in. Alonzo Mourning is split free throws.
For the first year the Bulls played Charlotte in the playoffs, and we put a stopwatch on him at the free throw line. Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. Check the Tribune Wednesday or Sunday, or visit any Chicagoland Sport Mart location for an entry form. Sponsored in part by Pro Player, Columbia Healthcare, and AT&T. 56-50, Miami with the lead. Bulls just chipping away. Scottie dribbles baseline, and Jamal Mashburn will be called for a holding foul. Pat Riley talking about Jamal Mashburn says he's got the ability. That's why I like him. We just have to change how he's played in the past. He talks about how he's played soft. He doesn't finish. But he says that Jamal Mashburn is going to be a good player for them. They want to bulk him up a little bit in the offseason, put some muscle on him, and they feel he'll be tough. Scottie got caught in the air. And it's a 6-point Miami lead. Mourning holding on to Brian Williams' shorts there for a second. And Michael over, looking for the help. And a foul call.
Let him come to the middle. He got him. Got Michael on a foul. He goes to the middle. Patrick, I mean, you look at Patrick Ewing, these guys from Georgetown, they put it down, put that left shoulder down and go right to the middle.
I think it's something that Pat Riley has taught his players over the year. He taught it with Ewing in New York. He tries to go middle from both opposing positions, either left side or right side. And we've seen Mourning, he forces issue oftentimes to get to the middle of the floor.
We're going to time out. 6:19 left in the third. The Heat lead the Bulls 57-50.
Welcome to sunny California. Man, if it wasn't raining, I'll be busting y'all up right now. Little crossover right to left. You gonna hit you with the first step. I'm gonna blow right by you. Sometimes we just try to make you look good. Stop like that. Oh, I think the sun coming out too.
It's been called the five-finger discount, but it's not just petty theft anymore. The targets, luxury coats, designer clothes, precious jewels.
They can steal $10,000 worth of merchandise in an hour without working up a sweat.
And you end up paying the price. It's hijacked high fashion, shoplifted and ripped off by sophisticated thieves using high-tech tools. Are you buying stolen merchandise? Chuck Gowdy investigates high-style stealing tonight on ABC 7 News at 10.
Scottie's heading for the playoffs, but first he's making a little detour to Montgomery Ward. Good thinking, Scottie, because right now there's a great deal on a Sharp camcorder. It's just $4.99 with a mail-in rebate. A Sharp 27-inch color TV with stereo sound is only $2.99, and take home a Toshiba Hi-Fi VCR for $1.99. So what'd you get, Scottie? Pip? Huh. Hope he doesn't miss the next playoff game. Hurry into Montgomery Ward for great brands at great prices.
Welcome back to the United Center. We're sitting in the stands with a couple of Toronto Raptors. First of all, we have Marcus Camby here, who just finished his rookie season. I know Isaiah Thomas got you guys tickets to get an experience, get a feeling of what it's like to be at the conference finals. What is it like? What runs through your mind, Marcus, as you watch this?
It's kind of really hard to really look at the game, considering that we're not playing. But this is one of our goals. We have a young ball club, and we got a high lottery pick, and hopefully we can build on last season and hopefully make the playoff run next year.
Walt Williams, for you, this is really hitting home. You played with this Miami Heat team a year ago. Is it even tougher to watch for you? You could have been out there.
Well, nah, it's just fun to come out here and watch NBA basketball. So I'm just here to enjoy myself and watch a good game.
Thanks, guys. And we also thank Luke, little guy. I stole his seat. You can have it back now, Luke. Back to you guys.
Luke got out of the way. Good kick. Mourning's hit his last 3 free throws. He's got 18 points.
Well, you know where Miami's offense is going right now. Leonard's out of the game, so you really have 3 options offensively out there. With Hardaway, Mashburn, and Mourning, they've been having success going to Mourning. They'll continue to go there.
Miami trying a little deny defense now.
So they're doing a good job of keeping the ball on one side of the floor, and then the Bulls don't have any real rhythm to their game.
Brian Williams from 15 missed it. Dennis tapped it, couldn't get it out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball.
You know, generally the Bulls like to swing that ball quickly and then throw it to the weak side. But Miami's playing that weak side tough, so the timing of the offense right now just isn't the way they'd like to have it.
I think anybody knows who's played any sport, the timing is just, if it's not there, you can tell you're just way out of sync. When it is there, it's a lot of fun. MJ, long deuce, top of the circle. Ron Harper with the rebound, got fouled by Anderson. It's only their third. Harp just sneaks in there for that offensive rebound, and Willie fouls him. Brian Williams trying to post up, and again, they deny that post up, and the Bull player just gets out of the way. Jay continues to back. Mourning comes over to double team, and a holding foul goes on Willie Anderson.
Now, if they continue to come at Michael, you're going to have offensive rebound opportunities if Michael takes the shot. One of the things I've always felt about Michael, he reads double teams so well. He knows where it's coming from, and most times he spins away from it and tries to beat the guy then and turn and shoot. And if they're not on the offensive defensive glass, you have great opportunities to get a rebound.
And Paxi knows where his teammates are. Scottie inside strong, and a foul called on Alonzo Mourning.
And that's nice to see. Scottie going at the basket and attacking. You see so many times where the Bulls might settle for the perimeter game. That's a good hard drive and taking it right to the face of Alonzo Mourning.
You know, Dennis Rodman got a rebound back, and Harper got one back, and the Bulls get 3 fouls on this possession. Puts them over. It puts Miami over the limit. With Pip shooting that time, he's got 15 now.
There's that double team. Michael sees Mourning coming. He goes baseline. and he's so quick that it forces Willie Anderson to put his hand on him. But you see the gap there where Brian Williams is. He's wide open.
58-52, Heat with the lead. MJ 10 of 22, rest of the team 10 of 38. Hardaway wins it on the wing. Hard to steal. Pip looks up the floor as he brings it down, kicks it over Brian Williams baseline. Jumper goes in, and Miami wants it down. Pat Riley is screaming at his team. Timeout call. 5:05 left in the third, and the Heat lead the Bulls, but it's down to 4.
Ten years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Ginsana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana.
I whack the weeds. So you want to know what's on my Discover Card statement. I'm a camp cook, and a bad one, but I've got a good stove. And he loves to chase that. The cashback bonus award.
It all folds up into a carry-on.
She loves to get flowers, and I love to give them.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
Well, the toughest thing about buying a wetsuit is trying them on.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Look who's trying to win Bulls tickets.
Next up, it's my old teammate, John Paxson.
Hey, Pax. Scotty, I'm going to win those Bulls tickets by recreating my game-winning shot.
Oh, has it been that long?
Come on, Scotty. You remember Game 6, Phoenix? You were there. Hold on, one more time. Oh, that was a brick.
Not going to happen.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech Cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Well, Harper, who did such a good job on Mookie Blaylock here, now he's got Tim Hardaway in the corner. He taps it, it goes off Timmy's foot, and there's a steal. And after this basket by Brian Williams, a timeout was called by Pat Riley, and he was all over Eddie F. Rush.
Yeah, I thought he was hollering at his team, but he was talking at Eddie.
And what was really nice about that shot by Brian Williams, you could see him just catching rhythm and go straight up. We really haven't seen that. He missed his first 6 shots. That was a rhythm shot. Maybe that'll get him going.
Crowd starts to make some noise. Harp almost had another steal. 5 minutes left in the third. It's a 4-point Miami lead.
That's a crossover.
Scottie with Mourning to beat. Pip off the glass. Brian Williams there strong for the rebound. And the Bulls now will slow it down. No, Scottie for 3.
Oh, how about that? Big 3 and Mashburn's plus.
Another $76 goes to Charitables from Carex. It's a 1-point game here in Chicago.
The Bulls have done it defensively.
Across the floor. Anderson stops, gets it off, loose ball. Dennis comes up with it. Bulls will push it up the floor now.
They're just much more aggressive down on the defensive end, running at the double team and creating turnovers.
With Hardaway, a smaller guy on Mike. See if they come and double him.
Fade from
no difference
for the lead. The Bulls have come back to take the lead over Miami.
And Riley's already used a couple timeouts to try to stop this run. So he's kind of at a loss right now because he doesn't want to burn another timeout. They need a basket badly.
Fans on their feet here in Chicago. A 16-7 run will continue. Rodman saves it. Nope, he was out of bounds.
Well, it's a good thing
it is.
He didn't, because it went right to P.J. Brown. But what a great job again that Harper is doing on Hardaway.
I've kind of felt that Harp's been the unsung hero in this entire playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
He did a great job on Blaylock, and he's come up with big shots. And here in the third quarter, that first 3 that he hit started this run and got the Bulls back in the game.
They're going to put 12 seconds on the shot clock, I think. Yep, that's what it is now. 12 on the shot clock. 3:34 left, third period.
Well, they try to get a little stronger. They bring Ike Austin in, and they got Dan Marley in also.
side. Blocked by Michael, but a foul called.
Oh, technical now, and Dennis
doesn't have to do that.
No, but I think he took, and Michael just telling him really on his case. Michael was with the foul.
They ran a screen and roll that allowed Hardaway to come off. Brian Williams chased along, and Mourning just rolled right to the basket. And Dennis turns his body, throws the hip in. That's where the foul was called. And then we don't see it. Well, we'll see it from that angle, just a little push. You know, you don't know what Mourning's thinking. If he may, in fact, think about that time where he got hit in the ribs, and he may have thought that Dennis took a shot at him.
Hardaway missed his second technical foul in this quarter.
MJ just grabbed Dennis by the uniform and threw him down.
We need you, he said.
Yep. Do not get in any more trouble.
So, all these free throws in a row here now by Alonzo Mourning, 4 in a row.
Now Scottie going over to talk to Dennis. Says forget it. Talks to Brian Williams. There's something Pip has seen.
He likes the intensity, but you can't carry it over the line, right, Pax?
Absolutely.
Crowd is into this game. 59-59. 3:23 left in the third. Knocked away. It'll be Bulls ball. 17 on the shot clock. Down low, the post up with Anderson on him. Fade away, MJ, high archer, nope. Hardaway pushes it up for the Miami Heat. And Ron Harper will get the ball. Give a little shove. At an upcoming Bulls playoff game, 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls pom-pom, compliments of the Sun-Times.
Some good body banging going on there. When you said he gave him a little shove, I was wondering why did they call it that?
Just a little love tap compared to what else is going on, right?
Well, they've done a really good job on Hardaway in this game. He's just 1 of 8 from the field. He hasn't gotten any real good looks at the basket. Even though Hart fouled him that time, the idea is you want to meet him above the three-point line, not allow him to dribble up there and size you up and take that shot.
Bulls can tie on this possession. 3 minutes left in the third. Harper goes right down the lane, had it blocked away. Rodman with it. Kicks it out. Finds Brian Williams, who goes to the bucket. There's a little bit of off balance now. Harp with a rolling hook. Nope, rebound 10. MJ's got to shoot it. He didn't get it off in time.
Good defense again down there as Pip tries for the layup, and Mourning blocks it. That's his 6th block.
Turnover story. Boy, that's cool. Both teams, that's really good.
Mourning is grabbing back on Brian Williams to get position. That's why the Bulls bench got up. They saw him reach back. That's an offensive foul.
Michael over to help out. Marley. Great help defense by the Bulls. Anderson baseline. And a foul called on Michael.
That's a bailout call by Bennett.
Absolutely.
It was great defensive rotation. The Bulls double-teamed the post. Scottie then found his way out to Marley to take away that three-point shot, and then Michael rotated all the way out of the double team to handle Anderson and kept him out of the lane, forced him to take a real difficult shot.
MJ doesn't even walk back by Salvador. Bennett stays away. Now he's got a little smile on his face. Here he goes. Walks right by him. Goes down and off.
I mentioned at the beginning of the show that you don't see Willie Anderson a lot. You didn't see him a lot in that last series, but I figured with his height, you'll see him a little bit against Michael here if Sean Leonard got in foul trouble, and he did.
He'd have scored just from the foul line. They only have 2 baskets. 9 points have come from the free throw line.
They lead it by 4, coming up on 2 minutes left in the third. MJ comes off the screen, and Alonzo Mourning called for the reach-in.
His 4th.
Those are the type of fouls he gets that just absolutely get him in big-time trouble. They're coming on a screen and roll. Brian Williams comes over to set it, and Mourning throws his hands out instead of his body. And just that his hands going into Michael's chest, that's all the official needs to see. You see it from the angle up above. And there he is showing big, and Michael brings it off hard. And you'll see him extend his hands right in Michael's chest, and that's a foul.
And if he's not going to come out and switch on the play, you'd think he'd just expose himself, show himself a little bit, and then duck back down, but keep that hand down. Michael misses his first free throw of the night.
Mashburn comes in, Mourning leaves, Tony Kukoc in, Dennis Rodman will leave.
Well, you show your chest, and you keep your hands either out or high where the official can see him. Once he sees them extend, and Michael's so good at creating contact anyway, it's an easy call to make.
And you can't give up because Ike Austin is a tough low post player too.
To a three-point ball game.
And Riley brings Mashburn back in the game because he needs somebody out there who thinks to make a shot. The first option for this lineup is probably Timmy Hardaway.
Knocked away by Harp. Good defense. Hardaway for a tough three.
Man, those are the ones he paid the other day in the second half against the New York Knicks.
It's 2 of 9 from the field for Hardaway. Scottie went up.
He blocked it. He blocked it. He blocked the ball, didn't he?
Michael right
Pip didn't throw it up and catch it. Let's see what happens. See if Ike Austin gets a piece of the ball. He had his hand on it. I guess good call.
Like Scottie was trying to pump fake and then lean in to shoot, but he just never got enough contact where he felt he could go and take the shot.
Marley goes by Tony, gets into the corner for Anderson. And he threw it to a photographer to the Bulls bench.
Yeah, the Bulls had a little hold on this game for a while, and now they become stagnant offensively and need a good possession here to get a good shot. You got Tony with Marley on it.
Off his foot. Oh, good play. Tony slapped it and went right off the foot of Hardaway out of bounds.
Hardaway staring at Kukoc. As the Bulls continue through the playoffs, Sports Channel still your only place for complete post-game coverage. After every game on NBC, switch over to Sports Channel for Live in the Locker Room, interviews and comments. Bulls taking the 5th on Sports Channel, Chicago's championship headquarters. Into the corner. Harp, long deuce. Nope. Mashburn with the rebound. Under a minute left in the 3rd period. Anderson takes the three, comes inside.
Dennis with a good play.
Loose ball. Austin comes back up with it.
Boy, Dennis made a great play on an offensive foul.
Hardaway dishes off inside to Anderson. Scottie comes up with it, had it knocked away, gets it back. See if the Bulls go 2 for 1. MJ. No time for 2 for 1 now. Drives baseline, throws it up. No, but a foul call. Austin's 3rd.
A little cleared side on the left side of the floor for Michael. He gets around Anderson. There's a help defense coming from Austin. You know, we've talked a lot about how this team doesn't like to double team, but what they do well as a team is help. When someone gets by, you know another guy's going to be there to take away direct line to the basket. That's where you have to be able, if you're not at the basket, able to take the shot, you have to be able to pick the ball up cleanly and find an open player, make them really scramble then and rotate.
This last part of the game now, this last 12 minutes and 21 seconds, Tim Hardaway said yesterday that the Bulls are old and we're in great shape. Let's see if it does take a little bit out of their legs here.
Judd Bushler, Randy Brown come into the ballgame. Scottie Pippen and Ron Harper will sit down these last 3 seconds.
They're going to let Mashburn go right at Judd Bushler. Mashburn likes to have the ball in his hands.
Mashburn crossover down the lane.
Whoa! No, he says no. Eddie Rush says no. Ike Austin smashed it down, but it was a good drive.
Now Steve Kerr will check in for the Bulls.
It was a good drive down. Watch here. It's up on the rim. Austin way up, and he powers it down. But Mashburn with a nice drive to get where he wanted to go.
That's a good call.
3-3. Let's see what happens here.
Down to MJ. Spins. Got fouled. Fouled rebound? No. And we have played 3 periods here at the United Center, and the Heat lead the Bulls by 5.
Budweiser, the king of beers, is proud to be part of another Chicago Bulls season. And introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your Bud was born, because fresh beer tastes better.
So, where do you want this? Hey now, I ordered a new copier. This is better than new, my friend. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, what do we have here? Wow. Enlarges, too. Even collates. I'll take it.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I didn't think I could shove this baby through.
Welcome. My name is Fred Bartucci with Watson Motorsports, and as you can see, our phones are ringing off the hook, and we're going to tell you why.
For openers, we just received over $10 million in special financing just for you.
So no matter if you have good credit, bad credit, or no credit, with just $100 down, you can drive today.
And don't forget, we have 4 lots with over 500 cars to choose from, so call us now at 708-388-5000.
And don't forget, after tonight's game, we'll have our British Airways Michael Jordan Insight. All right, thank you very much. Turning over a number of turnovers and the 32 points. Hey, Jordan is inside. He got some treatment from trainer Chip Schaefer. And who was that did that?
It was Scottie. It was Scottie.
Sports Channel's playoff coverage of the world champion Chicago Bulls is brought to you in part by Ameritech, your link to better communication. United Airlines is proud to be a participating sponsor of tonight's program. Come fly Chicago's hometown airline. Come fly our friendly skies. And by American National, the bank for business.
Our next Bulls game will be Thursday night, Eastern Conference Finals Game 2. The Miami Heat take on the Chicago Bulls. 7 o'clock game time, tip-off 7:30 Thursday here on Sports Channel. Let's take a look at our Ginsonic game summary now. Miami had a great start. Bulls came back a little bit in the second quarter, had a good third quarter, outscored Miami, but the Heat still lead it 66-61. Bulls all-time in the Eastern Conference Finals. Record 13-3, winning percentage 95% at home. On the road 8-9, almost 500, 16-4 record in the 4 championship years. Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, Dennis Rodman, Judd Bushler, and looks like Scottie Pippen will be on the floor for the Bulls. Austin, Marley, Anderson, Hardaway, and Mashburn for Miami. The fourth quarter is underway here at the United Center. Miami leads the Bulls by 5. Hardaway picks up his dribble. Gets it right back. Gives it back. Mashburn for 3. Way off, and Judd Bushler there for the rebound.
Well, we'll see how long Riley can go without having Mourning and Deshaun Leonard on the floor.
Scottie ball fake, kicks it out to Steve Kerr, right back to Pip. Spin move inside. Scottie strong to the basket. Pretty move by Pip.
And this lineup that the Bulls have out there, we'll look for them to see how well they move the basketball, because this, when Judd Bushler and Steve Kerr in, it's a sign that Phil doesn't think the ball's being moved. They generally get the ball maybe around the perimeter sometimes, but you'll see better ball movement.
Look at that. Hardaway along deuce.
He looks at you, crosses that thing, and lets it fly.
He almost looks down at his feet, kind of lulls you into thinking you've got him right where you want him, then he pops up so quickly.
And then it's the other way around. Steve Kerr fakes the 3, goes down to Tony, who post up. See if Tony can make a move here to the bucket. Nope, kicked it out, lost it. Mike Austin gives it over to Willie Anderson. We've got a mismatch now. Steve Kerr is
wants him here. Marley wants him here.
Bulls switch back very well. Marley drives to the basket, runs over Scottie. Rodman right there.
Rodman, you got
it back to Steve Kerr.
That's a possession where you like to see them really attack.
Tony with a tough shot. Rebound tap. Tapped again. Still alive. And finally Anderson right there. Bulls trying to make a little hay. Can't get it done. But Miami's not doing much either. And then that Hardaway jumper.
Come up with the shot.
Number 3. Rebound. Dennis Rodman again. Gets it out to Scottie.
Bulls have to scratch here.
68-63 Heat with the lead. Rashawn Leonard set to check back in. Rodman into the corner. Steve Kerr open baseline short. For very short. Austin right there. Hardaway pushes it up the floor. Inside Anderson. Blocked and a foul call on Dennis Rodman. And we got a timeout. 9:21 left. The Heat lead over the Bulls remains at 5.
Just a reminder, next time you need a little help getting airborne, the 50,000 employee owners of United Airlines would be more than happy to help. Come fly our friendly skies.
Whoa, what was that? There it is again. All new? Show me more. I want to drive one. And I want a silver one. And I want a great price. A great price. It's time to go Volvo shopping. Howard Orloff, Armitage and the Kennedy, 773-227-3200.
My son's name was Demian. He was a kid who really wanted to be somebody. He was a kid who had a lot of problems. He smoked marijuana some. I guess I have to confess it didn't bother me that much. He'd tried heroin and tried cocaine, but he liked vodka, and he just drank lots of it. He got roaring drunk one night and fell out of a window, died. Well, the impulse for denial is very, very strong. I think you just got to break through, and you got to do it real, real fast.
Guys, back when Magic Johnson was doing telecast for NBC, he'd talk about Michael Jordan time. It had come down the stretch, and he'd say, it's Michael time for him to take over. You can imagine that was in a lot of coaches' dreams, especially Pat Riley. Here's a guy, this had to be a nightmare for MJ, and here's what he said. I don't do this in an obsessed manner, but there's not a day Michael's image doesn't flash across my mind. In dreams or nightmares, rather. I got that out of the Miami Herald today. And you can imagine there's a lot of coaches that would say exactly the same thing.
What were you doing down in Miami?
I was reading that on your favorite. I tried to sign on to your website. It's on the internet today, but
it's going to be tough to get there.
I thought it would.
14-5 off the bench.
The Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Grand Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. Check the Tribune Wednesday or Sunday, or visit any Sport Mart location for an entry form.
Riley's gotten some good minutes from Willie Anderson. He didn't play in the first half. Foul trouble Sean Leonard found himself in, forced Riley to put Willie in, and he's one of those guys, veteran, been around the league, which you can't forget about.
Two Bulls ball out of bounds, and here comes Sean Leonard to check back in. Willie Anderson will check out. I think you're right. I think he's got to be very pleased with what he's gotten off his bench. Ike Austin hasn't got a lot of production, but he's played well defensively. He's played good basketball.
And I think if you ask Ty Riley, he'd like to be up 6 points with 9 minutes to go in the ball game, and the Bulls only were 63 points, I think he'd say, I'd take it.
He would say yes.
Dennis has got to clear Austin out of there to the middle. Michael's got
that one right there.
They go right at Sean Leonard when he gets in the game.
Yep. It's a 4-point game with just under 9 minutes remaining. Hardaway sees the screen.
Oh, that's a nice play.
Fouled by Scottie Pippen. It's a great pass. Well,
they started with a little screen and roll. And And then Hardaway just finds Mashburn, slips it. Scottie just doesn't remain in contact with him. So he gives him a foul and a free throw opportunity. And this is where Miami's done their damage here in the second half. They're really not a very good free throw shooting team.
Luke and Ellis standing by. What do you got, partner?
Earlier, you guys talked about Mashburn and having to get in better shape. He loves Riley's style. He says Riley and his former college coach Rick Pitino are a lot alike. Pitino said Mashburn would return to Kentucky during the summer. He complained that the Dallas practices were too easy. You can be sure they're not that easy in Miami.
MJ with the move, went around, underneath, and then finally over. And it's a 3-point Miami lead. Alonzo Mourning, after that move, gets up off the bench. Phil Jackson wants a little more pressure defense. Scottie comes over to help. Mashburn inside, and a foul on Judd Bushwick.
Well, they're finding that man down low, and it's a good thing it's not Zoe. Like Austin leads. And Alonzo Mourning back in the game. Michael with that drive, and it's smoke. Leaves a trail when he goes through there.
70-67. Miami with the lead. Mourning walks it down low with Rodman on him, and they are banging away at each other. Scottie with the steal. Great play by Pip.
That was good pressure on the ball. They usually don't use Mashburn as their entry passer to the post. It's usually Hardaway.
Scottie tries for the tie. Nope. And Dennis Rodman pulls down the rebound. Long two. Dennis, no. And Hardaway with the rebound. Gets it to Mourning, who missed it. Dennis Rodman right there. See if the Bulls can push it up the floor without Mourning there.
Michael take advantage.
Steve Kerr, open three. Looked like he got hit on the arm. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Miami.
Well, you know any Pat Riley coach team challenges shots. Yeah. And so Steve's going to know that the last two shots he's taken, he's had guys flying at him. You may want to put the ball, show the ball with a fake, and then put it down on the floor, let him run by you.
Screen and roll, back to Mourning, stop, 12 way off, and MJ pulls down the rebound. Bulls trail it by 3.
Pip wants so alone.
Now they double team. Judd Bushler into the corner. Michael with 8 on the shot clock. They clear out for him. Michael spins, had it knocked away. Good defense by Marley. Up the floor, Marley looks, measures the 3, missed it. Both teams trading misses right now. Pip backs in, he's got Hardaway on him. Spin move, Scottie kicks it out. Loose ball, picked up.
There's that help again. Mourning coming as Scottie went up in the air.
What a great play by Hardaway.
Timeout called by Phil Jackson. 6:24 remains. 72-67. Miami with the lead.
W1 by Raymond Weil. The cutting edge in time. Time for the next generation. W1 by Raymond Weil.
Don't back down. Follow through. Never give up. Committed to action. Move fast. Get there first. Committed to breaking news. Dig deeper. Look further. Truth is what counts. Committed to investigation. Make the commitment. Keep the commitment. Channel 5 News. Committed to Chicago.
You want to share a thought? Set up an appointment. Find an old friend. Or learn a new fact. With Ameritech, you can do it all without a worry. Because our reliable local network makes every connection work. And we do it all at the right price. With innovations like call packs. You can talk as long as you want for one low monthly price. At Ameritech, we make the local connection between people work. Stick with what works. Ameritech. Your link to better communication.
Hey, coming up tomorrow night, it's White Sox baseball on Sports Channel. Mobile into the Boston Red Sox. The opposition, first pitch at 7 o'clock tomorrow night on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out. Lou Canella standing by. What do you got, Louis?
Expect to win this game. They're going to have to be near perfect these last 6+ minutes. For you folks who think Miami will wear down in the final 6.5 minutes, it will not happen. That Miami team is maybe the best conditioned basketball team in the NBA. Pat Riley practiced them 3+ hours a day from the start of the preseason into the playoffs. His taproot of his philosophy is conditioning. He wants his players to be able to play hard in those final 4 or 5 minutes. And sure enough, they are right now. Bulls will have to be near perfect the rest of the way through. Back to you guys.
Bench numbers. Miami 15 points, Bulls just 5. Both teams. Bulls 2 of 21 from there, but 14 rebounds.
Neither team able to score in about 4 skirmishes up and down the floor, and then finally Tim Hardaway knocks that one in.
Scottie comes around the screen, had it knocked away. Dennis Rodman right there puts it in.
That's a big basket.
Yeah, and a nice call out of the timeout where they get some penetration to the basket. And even though Scottie got the shot blocked, he was there at the rim, and Dennis was able to clean up.
Hardaway goes on top. Leonard tries to pop out, does. Gets by MJ. Mourning, 3-point stretch, takes a 3, way off.
So good defense, and the Bulls can get back right in this one.
And Phil wanted an offensive foul on Mourning. They were running Vashawn Leonard off to try to get him the ball, and Mourning stuck an elbow out.
72-69, Miami with the lead. Judd Bushler finds Pip inside for Dennis. On top, MJ from 17, off and Mourning right there for the rebound.
The Heat, no fouls so far with 5:15 to go.
Hardaway on top, Mashburn inside. Mourning, and a foul called. Alonzo Mourning goes down. And gets back up.
On the side.
They've been running this high screen and roll with Mashburn because they like to sometimes, they see that the Bulls are stringing it out or double teaming and leaves a shooter out there. He passes up the shot, but Mourning just ducked right in front of Dennis Rodman. And that was a good play by Mashburn throwing the ball inside.
Tony Kukoc comes in, Judd Bushler out.
Tony, not a very good line tonight.
Oh, no, Tony has really struggled.
Points.
0 for 7, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He does have 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And a blocking foul called on Tony Kukoc.
Well, that's the 5th foul on the Bulls, so with 5 minutes to go, they're in a penalty shooting free throws.
And as you mentioned, Johnny, the Heat don't have any.
Right.
So that gives them an opportunity to be aggressive. They can really get up, get in your shirt, pressure the basketball.
That's all you have to think about is the Heat getting aggressive, huh?
They can take some chances, and they can, on the perimeter, if they feel like a guy's going by them, they can wrap him up because they're not anywhere near the penalty.
Well, Tim Hardaway gave everybody a head start on scoring, and he got 12.
They struggle from the free throw line. Usually an 80% free throw shooter on the season, just 2 of 6.
Chicago hero here in high school, and got a ton of family here at the game, I would bet.
73-69. It's been Tim Hardaway about the only scoring that's been done for either team here in the last few minutes.
Now Riley's put Leonard on Scottie Pippen, and Marley has the job of guarding Michael Jordan. He doesn't want Leonard to pick up an unnecessary foul.
MJ fouled by Marley there.
Now we knew that they would send several guys at Michael during the course of this series, and already tonight 4 different players have had a chance to play him.
Scottie comes off the screen with Mourning on him. Finds Rodman inside. Dennis goes down, and traveling called against Rodman.
Pippen looked like he's hurt.
It was the right idea because they ran a screen and roll and brought it to the other side and kept Mourning occupied. But Dennis just could have caught it and gathered himself. Got to the basket, it would have been a layup.
Phil just staring at Bennett Salvador. Ball went off the field. He didn't even react. And now he's saying something to the official. Walks away.
You're almost better off not saying anything to Bennett because he'll keep getting you if he thinks you're showing him up at all.
Mourning with a post up down low. Backs in against Rodman. Kukoc over to help out. Scottie with the steal. Pip accelerates up the floor. Takes the three, doesn't take it. Now he will.
Friendly bounce.
Well, we talked about Mourning not being a good post passer. He tried to make that last pass all the way across the floor. Turned the ball over.
A one-point game at the United Center with 4 minutes remaining. Mourning sets the screen. Hardaway looks for the opening. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway, tough shot here. Ball out of bounds. Bulls with a chance to take the lead, and the crowd on their feet here in Chicago.
They defended that very well, and that's the tough thing about a guy like Hardaway, and maybe why his percentage is so low. He's got to take tough shots like that with the shot clock winding down.
Tony trying to get by P.J. Brown, now backs it out. Scottie wants the ball, couldn't get it. MJ one-on-one, shot clock at 7, at 6, fakes, comes inside on top. Harp, 4-3.
Oh, yes, a big-time three by Harp. Gives the Bulls a lead.
Timeout, Miami. 3:26 left, and the Bulls lead the Heat 75-73.
Something old and something new will be on hand when Bo Vaughn and Nomar Garcia-Parra lead Boston against the resurgent Sox for a Bombs Away series at Comiskey. Tomorrow night at 7 on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out.
He brushes his teeth, just like you. He calls his mother every Sunday, just like you. He makes time for his kids, just like you. He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. He has 4 NBA championship rings, just like... He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. And if he bought another one right now, he'd get $1,000 cash back, just like you.
Okay, class. A woman has 6 minutes to get to the bank 4 miles away. How fast does she have to drive?
62 miles an hour.
No, Tommy. You.
She doesn't have to drive. She could phone her banking in.
Very funny, young man. She can't do that.
Well, with First Chicago's 24-hour banking by phone, she can pay bills, transfer funds, check on balances, anywhere, anytime.
She can do that?
Yes, Miss Downs.
First Chicago, we can do that.
He's awfully big. He must have been held back.
The Eastern Conference Finals are here, and stay with us tonight as we go live in the Bulls and Heat locker rooms. Plus, the Sox go for 5 in a row and get in the loop with ex-Bulls great Bob Love after the game.
Dan Marley puts some good pressure on Jordan. Jordan comes out, finds Harp. He's 1 for 9 tonight from the field, but now he's 2 for 9, and they're both 3. They're Michael with the tongue out. He goes up. Alonzo closes. There's Harp out in front. P.J. Brown runs at him, but nothing but net. So Harp, we talked about what the defense he's done on Tim Hardaway. There he lets it fly. He gives the Bulls a 2-point lead. Michael with the pass out of the double team. And you'll see the reaction coming up. Ron Harper says, come on, crowd, get up. 3:26, the Bulls with a 2-point lead, and that bench has come to life.
Well, it shows you what penetration does. Michael's penetration especially. All the defensive heads turn, especially Hardaway's, and Michael having the confidence to throw the ball.
A steal to the basket. Got it. Counted in the... No foul. Everybody stopped, even Miami, thinking there was a foul.
See, and that's a great coaching move by Phil Jackson out of a timeout. Go up the floor, pressure. We'll see if we can't take the ball out of their hands. And now he just comes back after the turnover, settles back in a half-court defense.
Harper put good pressure on Hardaway, and then Pip came up, slapped the ball away. Michael picked it up and knocked it in the hole.
Shot clock at 2 and 1. They do get it off in time. Hardaway just threw it. It doesn't hit the rim. Bulls ball. What a run by the Bulls, and this crowd loves it.
They're just stopping Miami at every turn right now, and Miami doesn't know where to go. The Bulls defense is active and aggressive.
77-73, Bulls with the lead. Tony on top, quick pass and a foul away from the ball. I think Rashawn Leonard will pick up the foul. They'll call him for the hold against Michael.
I'll tell you how good the defense of the Bulls has been this half. Only 24 points for Miami and only 5 field goals. They've scored most of their points from the free throw line.
Bulls take a timeout as MJ goes down for the slam. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left, and over 24,000 are on their feet here at the United Center.
Precious Hotline, what's your problem?
We're stuck with skunky beer.
So it's not Budweiser?
No.
Remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
Next time, look for this.
Born on dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like.
Precious Hotline.
Could we order some Chinese?
He didn't want to be tied to a desk. When he started his business, he was already looking 20 years ahead. When you're 25, who takes the long view? Or finds a broker who actually asks, where do you want to be? Business becomes your life. I know that now. He knew it then. I have a feeling he's still looking 20 years ahead. How's he doing it?
More research, insight, understanding. Payne Weber. Invest with more intelligence.
To make it to the sizzling, smoking, red-hot playoffs, you've got to have the stuff. Just like Montgomery Ward. We've got Admiral Designer Series top mount refrigerators for just $4.99. And a Maytag super capacity laundry pair. Washer just $4.69, dryer $3.99. Get them while they're hot. Only at Montgomery Ward.
Our producer-director on Sports Channel is James A. Angio, associate producer Doug Stanton. Mr. Stanton, we all say get well soon. Pre-game producer is Mark Brady. Tamara Anderson, Kevin Cross, Timmy Sutton, all the people that do a great job at bringing Bulls basketball on Sports Channel, and of course Trio Video, who does a super job every game. Thanks, guys.
Well, Harper hit the three to give the Bulls a 2-point lead. Then on the following inbounds play, the Bulls put pressure on it. Hart puts pressure on Timmy here, and Pip comes up and just steals the ball from Rashawn Leonard. Michael grabbed it, came down the lane, tongue out, he goes up, puts the ball in the hole. Looks like he gets hit by Alonzo Mourning. There comes Pip with the pressure. Michael ends up with the steal, and here we're back to live.
With 2 minutes, 43 seconds left, the Bulls lead Miami 77-73. Shot clock is fresh. Scottie starts to drive, picks up his dribble. Michael down low, one-on-one with Marley. And a foul call, offensive foul against Michael. They say Bennett Salvador.
Watch, there's a tee on Michael. A technical on Michael Jordan. What a bad time for that. Said he slapped the hand down.
Boy, that's a bad call. I mean, you see guys slap a hand away. Michael just put that right arm into Marley as he made his move. It wasn't a push-off, it wasn't a slap.
They've missed all 3 of the technical fouls tonight, and that time they send Rashawn Leonard to the line, and he's got 4 baskets in this game in the first quarter, all 3s. So it didn't cost the Bulls this time, but 2:30 to go.
Hardaway looking down low. Mourning. You know he was coming to the middle, and a foul on Dennis Rodman. Dennis goes over to talk to Hugh Evans and says, I just trying to keep him down.
Quietly, very quiet. That's his 5th. Very quietly, Dennis has got 19 rebounds.
Well, in the 3 games he played against Miami this year, he averaged 19 rebounds.
He's got nowhere to go. He takes the blow, and they fired out. Rashawn Leonard was open here in this corner. You got to watch him. So Alonzo Mourning back to the line. Got 1 basket and 4 free throws in the second half.
Boy, this is something by Miami. They cannot hit a free throw now.
2 baskets in this quarter, and they're both by Tim Hardaway. The rest of them are free throws.
Well, they really only have 2 decent free throw shooters on their team. Hardaway's one. He hasn't shot well. He was at 80% during the year. Deshaun Leonard shot over 80. But Mourning just 60%, 64% on the season.
77-74, Bulls with the lead. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. MJ on top. Crossover move. Marley played it well. Michael Page from 16. No rebound. Loose and Nashman comes up with it.
And he stepped out.
They gave him a timeout. Well, it looked like he came over the back of Scottie Pippen.
We got a timeout called. 1:57 left, and the Bulls lead it by 3.
10 years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Ginsana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana.
I whack the weeds. So you want to know what's on my Discover Card statement. I can't cook, and a bad one, but I've got a good stove. And he loves to chase that. The cashback bonus award. It all folds up into a carry-on. She loves to get flowers, and I love to give them.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
Well, the toughest thing about buying a wetsuit is trying them on.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Look who's trying to win Bulls tickets.
Next up, it's my old teammate, John Paxson.
Hey, Pax. Scotty, I'm going to win those Bulls tickets by recreating my game-winning shot.
Has it been that long?
Come on, Scotty. You remember Game 6? Phoenix, you were there. Hold on, one more time. Oh, that was a break.
Not gonna happen.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech Cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Guys, a lot of talk has been brought up about Dennis Rodman and the fact that he has not played well in the playoffs. His Washington series numbers and his Atlanta series numbers just not outstanding. But tonight, 19 rebounds in 38 minutes and 4 points for Dennis Rodman.
It's 1:57 now. Let's see, Pax, and they go down low to Rodman, or they go down low to Alonzo Mourning. Rodman will either pick up his 6th foul and be out, or Alonzo Mourning will pick up number 5. I think there's going to be a collision down the post if they go in.
And we'll see if the Bulls elect to double team if they do, in fact, go down to the post.
Quickly to Lou. What do you got, Louis?
Tommy, Phil Jackson just warned his team, watch out for that three-point shot. Whatever you do, don't give up the three. Dennis, if you have to, jump out and pick up their three-point shooters.
That's what they did to win that game here. If you remember, Hardaway drove the middle and pitched it out to Marley, who was in that left-hand corner.
I think your 2 options are screen and roll with Hardaway, or as they've been doing, turning someone out to post up for Alonzo.
Screen and roll. Gets it right back to Nashman. Looking for that 3. Tries inside. Oh, right there. All set up by MJ. To Coach. Lays it in. The Bulls lead it by 5. Coming up on a minute and a half left.
Tony's only basket of the night. Couldn't come at a better time. Steal and a basket.
Harp working hard against Tim Hardaway in the corner. Back to Hardaway. Shot clock at 8. And a foul call on Dennis Rodman.
Dennis is gone. That'll put Alonzo Mourning to the line. And you might think that that's not a bad place to have him right at this stage. But that's it for Dennis. That's 6 at 4 points, 19 rebounds.
Scottie and Michael cut him off at the pass. He was going over to talk to Bennett, and Scottie and MJ just cut him off at the pass and said, get over to the bench. Luke Longley will come back into the game.
That should be Bill Winnington's job now when he gets near the bench. Grab him and set him down. We're going to take a look at some pretty good defense by the Bulls after Alonzo shoots this free throw. Here's a good defense. Mashburn flips it over to the side. Tony steps in the lane. Now he puts some pressure on here, trying to get down before they can foul him. And Vashawn Leonard comes at him, but Tony stretches out and gets his first hoop. And now Alonzo Mourning will try one more free throw.
A little surprised out of that last time out for Miami that they didn't go to Mourning right off the bat. They tried to screen roll with Mashburn and Hardaway, and Mashburn ends up turning the ball over.
Miami now 4 of 10 free throws in the period. The Bulls, next one in the fourth period, will be their first. MJ splits him in the lane, jump.
Oh, yeah! Out there. What a play by Jordan again, going right to the holes. His 35th, 36 points of the night.
Timeout Miami. 1:04 left, and the Bulls lead it 81-74.
Precious Hotline, what's your problem?
We're stuck with Skunky Beer.
So it's not Budweiser?
No.
Remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
Next time, look for this.
Born on dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like. Precious Hotline.
Could we order some Chinese?
He didn't want to be tied to a desk. When he started his business, he was already looking 20 years ahead. When you're 25, who takes the long view? Or finds a broker who actually asks, where do you want to be? Business becomes your life. I know that now. He knew it then. I have a feeling he's still looking 20 years ahead. How's he doing it?
More research, insight, understanding. Payne Weber. Invest with more intelligence.
To make it to the sizzling, smoking, red-hot playoffs, you've got to have the stuff. Just like Montgomery Ward. We've got Admiral Designer Series top mount refrigerators for just $4.99. And a Maytag super capacity laundry pair. Washer just $4.69, dryer $3.99. Get them while they're hot. Only at Montgomery Ward.
Final schedule. Tonight, obviously, the Bulls play. Then Thursday, they'll be here. Our pregame show starts at 7 on Sports Channel. Saturday and Monday at Miami. Game 5 Wednesday at Chicago, then at Miami and at Chicago. Don't forget, after all those games on NBC, as soon as that's over, flip over to Sports Channel for our postgame. Our Chicago Bulls Budweiser player of the game, Michael Jordan. He has been spectacular. 36 points, 15 of 31 from the field. 9 rebounds for MJ. He's also got 3 assists. Miami needs a basket now, and they need one very quickly.
8 points in this quarter. The Bulls have outscored them 43-25. They'll shoot it long. Marley can get up a long one.
Vashawn Leonard gets it over to Hardaway for 3. Air ball. Mourning tried to save it. Called timeout. Now, one official had the timeout. The other one said out of bounds.
Chicago ball.
Stepped out before the timeout was called. All right.
50 seconds left here. See if they decide to hack right away when it comes in. They do.
So the Bulls will go to the line now.
The Bulls have outscored them in this half, 43-25. Only 8 points in this quarter.
Miami already kind of looking down. And
we talked a little bit. This is the way Game 1 of the Washington series. Long layoff for the Bulls. It seemed like they came in here. Washington looked sharp, took the lead. The Bulls finally won the game, but did not look good doing it. But the Bulls, the second half, seem to have got their vacation over.
Well, and they've done it defensively, and Miami has such a tough time finding ways to score. Certain key elements are off the floor. We saw that here in the second half. And plus, the Bulls are such a good defensive team that when they really decide to do something and put the clamps on people, we talked about Tim Hardaway coming in, being a guy they had to contain. They've done that here tonight.
Now Miami fouls with 8 on the shot clock. They tried to foul before that. Bulls were doing a great job of ball movement,
weren't they?
Yeah, and Miami just couldn't foul them.
They had it between Pip, Harp, and Michael, and then finally it gets in Michael's hand, so they decide to foul him. Michael with 10 points in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, 8 in the third, and he's looking for 9 and 10 here. 37.
And it's one of those lines for the Bulls that you don't always like to see. Michael's going to have close to 40. Pips had 24. No one else in double figures. Hart made 2 big threes in the second half. He didn't score in the first. You'd like to see a little bit better distribution, but it's one of those things where guys aren't going, and you got to go with Michael and Scottie. Absolutely.
Mashburn puts up a three, missed it. Mourning with a rebound, and a foul called. And Phil,
he's hollering at Luke because Luke didn't take care of Mourning's body. You get that rebound, game's over.
7 points off the bench for the Bulls, and that Tony came up with maybe the biggest play that he's had tonight. And that steal, and
he hasn't made many plays tonight, but that was a big play. You're right.
Alonzo really going into the tank here.
They have been terrible at the free throw line this fourth period.
He's missed 4 out of 5.
Pat Riley can't be too pleased.
He thought he had that one in the tank.
Yeah.
Going on.
Well, you know, it's such a tough thing when a guy like Mourning's a little bit like Shaq. The fact that you know he's got the ability to get to the free throw line, but you can't make him, so it's a tough thing to go to him all the time down the stretch. I mean, this is a guy who I mentioned earlier, his first 3 years in the league shot 76% or better, and you don't understand how big of a thing that is to be able to throw the ball to a guy in the post. If he gets fouled, he's going to go up and make you pay at the free throw line. Coming into this game in the playoffs, shooting 50%, and that's just not going to get it done.
You know, I always thought he spent too much time at the line. Get yourself a rhythm. You always had that rhythm, Pax. You watch the good free throw shooters. They come up and they go wrap, 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 bend the knees or something and fire the ball in. And he just looks like he's thinking, what am I going to do next here at the line?
It's almost like he has too much time to think about it.
Yeah.
But his mechanics right now, his shot is so flat, and it's hard to get the ball in the basket that way.
Steve Kerr comes in. MJ sits with 20 seconds remaining, and the Bulls leading 83-74.
Now, this is going to be a 10-point win, most probably, but it wasn't a 10-point game. Miami had this game under control, and that's where it's tough for a coach like Pat Riley, who had his team for 42, 43 minutes playing the best basketball they can. Yet you're going to walk out of this building and lose it.
Dan Marley along 3 hits. 7.2 remaining. Steve does not have to do anything. He can stand right there. The buzzer sounds, and the Chicago Bulls have won Game 1 of this best-of-7 matchup. Miami with just 11 fourth-quarter points against the Bulls. And the Bulls win it 84-77. Let's go over to Lou Canellis. He's got a British Airways insight. Go ahead, Louis.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Scottie, what happened in the second half? You limited Miami to just 25 total second-half points.
Well, I thought we had to get our defense up. We allowed this team to score 49 points, and that's, you know, that was leading them on a 100-point pace, and we knew that this team wasn't used to scoring those kind of points coming out of the last series. So Bill got onto us at halftime about that, and we knew we had to come out and get the defense up.
Where were the problems offensively for you guys in the first half?
Well, we didn't have a good feel for this team. You know, we've been off for weeks, so, you know, having that game intensity, it was pretty tough for us to come back.
Rough, tough, physical style that Miami brings. There'll be at least three more of these games, right?
Well, yeah, we're going to have to gear up and meet their challenge. You know, we were kind of fresh. We wasn't used to the game-like atmosphere, but we was able to bounce back in the second half.
Thanks, Scottie.
Sure.
Scottie Pippen with 24 tonight. Bulls win Game 1, 84-77 over the Heat. Steve Cashel and Norm come your way right after this.
This post-game interview is brought to you by British Airways, the world's favorite airline.
Here we are, sunny Phoenix, all for free. And all we had to do was tell a little lie. Nah, telling the truth gets you nowhere.
At British Airways, we'll give you a free ticket to anywhere in the USA if you fly our business class to London and can honestly say it's not the best in the air.
What'd you get in it, Don?
Party.
Really? Eagled it.
The business class guarantee.
Can't believe we got away with it.
Honestly, you'll love it.
Bulls now 8-1 in the 1997 NBA playoffs. They've won 4 in a row. They're 7 wins away from another NBA title. They come from behind. They trailed by as many as 15. Take care of the Miami Heat, 84-77. Great second half for the Bulls. Stephen Norm back with you. You said it at halftime what the Bulls needed to do, and they played well tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. And the Bulls get it done. Too much Michael and Scottie, but let's win one for the team.
Well, no doubt about it, Steve. I mean, being on offense, Michael and Scottie, and we got to pick that up, and I'm sure Phil will make some adjustments trying to get this team back on track by way of offense. but as all champions, and they show this one thing in every game they play and every series they play defense. The Bulls play strong, solid defense the whole game. They really picked it up the second half. Now, add to that the combination of just terrible shots missed by Miami, and the fact that the Bulls played some defense and took advantage of that was outstanding. I think Ron Harper stepped up and shutting down Hardaway. I think that was the key, not letting him penetrate is probably the key that I like to see, because he distribute the ball and make easy buckets for his teams, and therefore was shut down, and Ron Harper stepped up and played a major role in that part. And once again, Michael and Scottie led the way on the offensive end. Bulls have to make some big-time adjustments to that, but you can't win games. That being Miami, I think they have blown a golden opportunity to come in here and win a game against the Bulls, but when you miss free throws, and you miss good open shots like that, you're not going to win. Not against world champions and not against the very experienced defensive-minded Chicago Bulls.
Miami now 7-6 in the '97 playoffs. Time for our Discover Card Payback Playback Play of the Game.
And the Bulls now will slow it down. No, Scottie for three. Oh, how about that?
Big three and Mashburn's plus.
Bulls win. Sports Channel report up now. Stay with us. We'll go inside both locker rooms.
Tonight on The Report, we'll hear what the Bulls are saying after their Game 1 conflict with the Miami Pound Machine. What were the effects of rust versus rest? Tonight, we'll find out as the Bulls begin their quest for the conference title. We'll have a candid chat with the man who wore that number 10 hanging from the rafters, former Bulls great Bob Love.
I never played the victim in life. I never played the victim in life. All I wanted was an opportunity.
Plus, we'll check in on both colors of socks as the Southside played host to Beantown tonight. All that and more straight ahead on the Sports Channel Report. Hello and welcome to the Thursday night edition of the Sports Channel Report. I'm Jim Blaney. It's actually Tuesday. We're already thinking ahead to Game 2 between the Bulls and Heat. Coming up, we'll get you caught up on the Sox game. We can tell you the Sox beat the Sox tonight. We'll tell you which color won, and we'll tell you if Frank Thomas chased another famous Sox, Ted Williams. But when spring rolls around, the Bulls are still playing hoops. Everything else waits. So for the details of the Bulls' opening game against the Heat, we go to Steve Cashel and Norm Van Leer.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Well, the Chicago Bulls trailed by 11 at halftime, only scoring 38 points in the first two quarters. The Bulls outscore Miami 46-28 in the second half. They take home a big victory, 84-77. Bulls 5-1 now at home in the 1997 NBA playoffs. And as I said, 8-1 in the playoffs. And long layoff for the Bulls, 7 days off, a little rusty as we expected in the first half. But then it just seems like we're so used to this in Chicago. Let the Bulls come back. They'll make that third quarter run, and then they'll finish it off. They're so good at closing games.
No doubt about it. Experience, champions, that's what it's all about, Steve, and that's why the Bulls overcame and won this game today. It looked ugly, but they won, and that's the bottom line.
Yes, they did. Let's go back to the United Center right now, and I understand Eric Collins is standing by outside the Miami locker room. Big win, huh?
Yeah, Cash, big win for the Chicago Bulls, but I got to correct you. We're not exactly in the Miami Heat locker room just yet. We're here in the press conference area, but the minute this thing gets started, we will head over to the Heat locker room. Luke Canellis is going to be standing by in front of the Bulls locker room. Now, it should be an interesting Heat locker room. They played such a solid first half, up by 11 points, but then the wheels simply fell off in quarter number 3 and quarter number 4. Did you know only 6 field goals for the Miami Heat in the second half? So we'll have to ask them what exactly happened. Cash, a lot of questions to be asked. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Eric, thanks a lot. Again, Bulls winning 84-77. Bulls outscoring the Miami Heat 17-5 to close the game. That was a 17-2 run before Dan Marley hit the 3. A little worried about Tony Kukoc, only 2 points tonight. Steve Kerr, only 3 points. It was all Michael and Scottie. Dennis, though, was very good. It's amazing how many rebounds Dennis got. We showed you in the pregame show. He was averaging about 19 rebounds in the 3 games during the regular season. And from what I had, he had another 19 tonight.
No doubt about it. And he performed and played well, except for a little push in there, but that's typical. Dennis, we had a little running bet. My friend Mike North on the score, as we had the show this afternoon, talked about that. And yes, he got a technical, so I won that little bet, Mike. Any way you put it, but that's not a big one to deal with, Steve. This is the way the game's been played. And if you can eke out and win a game under the conditions the Bulls play, coming off a week's rest, being a little rusty, having some of your people not playing up to par, such as Tony and whomever, and then you get Michael and Scottie doing all the scoring, I think it's a mighty big plus, because as far as I'm concerned, with world champion Bulls such as they are, they improve with that. And I guarantee you next game, hey, they got to improve. Tony's got to play better. I think the ball will be distributed a little better as far as scoring goes. But Michael Scottie had to do what they had to do. And Dennis adding 19 rebounds really saved. Setting the pace basically with the defense and getting the balls in the hands was nothing but a plus. And Bulls, hey, call it what you want. They came away with a victory, and it's ugly. Underline that. Ugly, but a victory.
Yes, and whatever Mike bet, I'm sure he can pay it up.
Yes.
He makes enough money. Let's take a look at tonight's highlights as Miami comes in, never having beaten the Bulls in a playoff game. Game 1 from the United Center between the Bulls and the Heat. Early on, Deshaun Leonard took over. 12 first-quarter points. The Heat were up 23-14 early on. Miami was also tough on the defensive end. Tony Kukoc, who did not play a good game tonight, brings it into the lane, but Alonzo Mourning's there, one block there. Then twice, and yeah, John Thompson, proud of his former Hoya, I should say. Michael tried to keep it close in the first half. He dribbles in past Leonard, hits the floating jumper in the lane. Bulls trail at the half, 49-38. Second half, Bulls need a spark just like last year. Ron Harper steps up, drills the three over Mourning.
Second three.
Bulls get to within 8. Rough play under the Chicago hoop. Mourning gets fouled going to the hoop. Comes down on Dennis Rodman's shoulder. Zoe seemed to get the wind knocked out of him, but he stayed in the basketball game. Chicago continued their run in the third quarter. Jordan gets the isolation D with Hardaway on him. Michael posts up, hits a turnaround jumper. Bulls suddenly up 59-58, capping a 16-8 run. Then in the fourth, after the Bulls had 66-61 going in, Bulls down 5. Michael exploits a double team, drives, throws it down. Chicago to within 3. Then with the shot clock winding down, Michael drives, picks it out to Ron Harper. A huge three here for Ron Harper. Bulls go up 75-73 with under 3.5 to go. Then less than a minute and a half left. Tony comes up with a huge steal. He's going to go coast to coast for the land. His first bucket of the game and his only 2 points of the game. Phil and the Bulls couldn't have it come at a better time, and the Bulls win 84-77 again. They were down by as many as 15 points in the first half of this basketball game. Still coming up on tonight's edition of the Sports Channel Report, all you need is love. We'll give you all we got, and boy, we got a lot about Bob straight ahead. Bob Love, big story there. Later in the show, we'll see if the Rangers can remain unbeaten in the Big Apple as they make another attempt to ground the Flyers. But up next, who are the studs and who are the duds? We'll head down to the locker room when the report continues.
The Sports Channel Report is brought to you in part by Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Get away from the ordinary and discover the extraordinary Las Vegas. Call your travel agent today.
Talk about a cakewalk. Jump on a plane, bang. You're driving on the most famous strip of highway in the world.
Darling.
Yes, sir. Backstage with showgirls. Hey, how much time do you guys have? What a dream.
You need a submarine to get that one out, Colonel.
These guys are supposed to be the king of golf.
Thank you very much.
This town is a fantasy. There really is only one Las Vegas.
What? Dissolution of marriage? She gets half? I'll give her half. Maybe we can work this out.
They live for moments like this. Spectacular regular seasons, championship successes, all memories fade away in the glare of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now it's do or die on a showcase stage, and this year, the Bulls are taking the fifth. The stars of the game face the fire of playoff intensity when the Bulls face a Miami Heat. The Eastern Conference Finals are here on Sports Channel, Chicago's championship headquarters.
For the first time ever, the next generation of minivans are on sale. The Chrysler and Plymouth National Minivan Sale. Get $1,000 cash back on Plymouth Grand Voyager and the Chrysler Town & Country with the features you want. Or get up to $2,000 in total values on select Plymouth Voyagers with air, 7-passenger seating, and more. The biggest selection of award-winning minivans on sale for a limited time. The National Minivan Sale. See the stars of Chicagoland, your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Game 2 of this series between the Bulls and Heat is Thursday, and again, we're going to have it for you right here on Sports Channel. Norm and I will be at the United Center for the live pregame at 7 with the game to follow at 7:30. And all the postgame Thursday night, Game 2, Bulls and the Heat. Bulls leading the series 1-0 thanks to an 84-77 victory. Tonight was the Bulls' 91st game of this season. That's including both the regular and the postseason. Let's take a look at the numbers, how they compare and differ between the regular season and the playoffs. Of course, regular season, Bulls were 69-13, now 8-1 in the playoffs. That number just jumps out at you, Norm, considering it takes 15 to win it, and will they reach that 15, and how many losses will they have? And then points for, not playing as well on offense, but doing the job on defense. Phil Jackson now meeting the media at the United Center. Let's go there.
Series had a tone set for it immediately in this ball game that this is going to be a defensive grind. And we came in at halftime and said we've got to out-defend this team. They played a great defensive first half, and we were able to put together a good defensive second.
Please tell me what the series you heard about this team coming into this ball game, into this series. Was that part of the reason for the inability to get things going in the ball game?
I just thought we didn't have the right mental attitude, perhaps. Knew that the first half would probably be a little bit difficult for us. It was. I thought the second half we came back with better energy, and we woke up at halftime and got ourselves in order. Well, we didn't want anybody to get going, to tell you the truth, but Tim was one of the ones that I think you have to say that Harper did a great job on him, and as a defensive player tonight, played extremely well.
Mourning was the one that did get going for them, Phil, and you didn't seem to have anyone who could put a rein on it.
I tried a lot of people on him tonight. Dennis, I thought, did a good job late in the ball game on him, though.
Phil, was it concerning to hold up Michael early, and did you change anything after that seemed to make the offense mistake?
Well, we thought it was too early, perhaps, to go to that direction. We wanted to get other people involved in the offense, but it seemed to boil out that way when we got going. We went naturally to Michael in the situation, and we stood around and watched him play a little bit, and it ended up costing us some rhythm in our offense.
They said that because of their youth that they probably wouldn't need as much rest. Did it seem to you that the youngsters got tired tonight?
Well, no, I think they ran hard. I thought they played very, very hard for a 7-game series, coming off with just a day rest in between games. They ran hard. I thought a few times our guys were the ones with their hands on their knees.
You feel that you ran Mourning down?
I don't think so. I think in the rest that he got during the course of the game, he seemed to have good energy even at the end.
Phil, considering the just 6 field goals in the second half, one of them by Marley at the end was meaningless. I mean, could you say something about the defensive effort?
I think I did. I said we came out and played defense second half. We said at halftime we'd have to out-defend them, and that's basically what we did. We started taking away some of their shots, taking away some of their easier baskets. They got the first half in transition, and I thought our defense came up with some loose balls, steals, a couple of good doubles on Mourning that helped out for offensive transition baskets, particularly a big one by Tony.
Obviously, they did accomplish things more in the second half than in the first, but was it more intensity? Was it just getting back in the flow after a week off?
Yeah, it was just getting the intensity level up to where we had to play defense with the kind of energy that's desperate energy.
No, you start to think that. All right. You starting to think that rest is overrated, or are you still glad you had the week off?
No, it's good for us to have a week off. We have a lot of guys that are in situations that help. Dennis, I thought, was real active tonight. This has been his first big board night in a playoff game, and he kept the ball alive for us at both ends of the court, got us out and running in some situations. And I thought just the amount of time that Tony had, even though he didn't look good the first half, he came out and played well the second.
Is it harder or easier coaching in a game like this with the, a low-scoring game, a little more tightly played, more defensive game?
Well, each offensive attempt becomes much more critical in a defensive match like this. The score becomes a value. It's almost like a football game in that sense, that each possession becomes of such great value that you want to get the highest percentage opportunity when you're there. Okay, we're at practice tomorrow at 10:30.
Phil Jackson addressing the media. Obviously, the Bulls dodge a little bullet. I love that one question. Did you like that you had the week off? Because they did escape something tonight. You know, they still had the week off where they have fresh legs, and they dodge a bullet tonight because they weren't sharp to begin with, but they still get away with the win. I thought that was a positive thing tonight.
But the positive thing out of all this is the fact they play defense. When you play defense, some of these other things you can overlook and overcome. Actually, Miami is the one that blew a golden opportunity, and the Bulls took advantage of Miami not taking advantage of the Bulls' being a tad rusty. That's what that's all about.
All right, back to the United Center right now. We're going to go inside the Miami Heat locker room with Sean Leonard now.
Work on that.
You only hit 23 shots the second half. I mean, that's just not enough hoist at the basket, is it?
It's not. I mean, we're going to have to get up some more shots, but most importantly, we're going to have to stop turning the ball over in clutch situations. And also, you know, free throws again. You know, once again, they hurt us.
Can you talk about your running battle with Michael? It seemed like a lot of forearms, very physical between the two.
Well, you know, you try to be as aggressive as you can, you know, with Mike, you know, let him know where you stand. And if you go out and, you know, you just walking around, you know, he's going to take advantage of you. So you have to go at him as much as you can. And I tried that. Eventually, I got in foul trouble, and I had to sit down on the bench. But I think Willie Anderson did a great job as far as coming in, you know, and making him use some energy. But, you know, he still got his shots up. And anytime you get 25 to 30 shots, you're bound to hit some of them.
But Sean, can you talk about that foul trouble?
The whistle, even on those the token pressure that you put on them, they start blowing the whistle, and makes it tough even to guard them even more.
Well, you know, that's the call they made, and that's what stands.
Any explanation for your hot shooting at the start of the game?
Well, you know, it was a rhythm. The rhythm was there. We were flowing. And like I said, I got in foul trouble, and I couldn't really play that much in the second, you know, third and fourth quarter. You know, that took away a lot from me.
You feel like you let this one get away, that you had a chance, you should have won this game?
Oh, definitely. We had a chance, you know, but they were champions, and they've been in that situation before. So, you know, we're trying to get to that situation, and we've been in it quite a few times, but they've been in it more than us. So right now, it's still a learning experience. You know, you hate to say it, but it is. I mean, anytime you get a team like that down, you know, 16, 18 points, you know, you have to continue to take advantage of things like that. And we didn't do it in the first quarter. I mean, third and fourth quarter.
That's for Sean Leonard. Now let's go to the press conference here. We have Pat Riley getting ready to talk.
You know, they obviously showed their greatness at the end, you know, with their defensive pressure. And, you know, we succumbed basically to that. You know, the turnovers and missed free throws, you know, the factors that we know that we have to control against them, you know, turnovers, and, you know, we got to make and take advantage of the opportunities, you know, that we get at the line. And, you know, we led that game for 44 minutes or 45 minutes and really let it get away from us. So, yeah, we just got to bounce back.
Many believe that your physical series against the Knicks would possibly cause...
That had nothing to do with it tonight.
So you weren't
nothing
fatigued?
to do with it tonight. No, we were fresh. We played great 45 minutes, 40 minutes. We weathered a storm in the third quarter. We had a 5-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go. And we made 2 crucial turnovers in a row. We kept missing free throws going down the stretch. I don't think it had anything to do with fatigue. It had to do with their pressure. And being able to finish a game against a good team on the road. You got to make everything count. So, you know, maybe fatigue had a little bit to do with it, but that's not an excuse.
Ned, is this number of points closer to where you'd like to play this whole series?
What's that?
I said, would you like to play this whole series in this general point range?
I would love to. You know, I mean, I feel very good. I think we might have caught them napping a little bit today. I know they were yawning for 2 days when they found out they were going to play us. And, but, you know, maybe we woke them up and we'll get their very, very best, you know, the next game. But we had a great opportunity today. Yeah, that it was a factor, but it wasn't a factor. You know, we played, I thought, very good defense, you know, except for Michael and Scottie. You know, they had 2 guys in double figures, and but I thought our defense was good. Michael had to make great plays, great shots, and he did when it counted. But I thought we did a good job on everybody else that we wanted to focus on.
Even though you had a good lead in the first half, did you feel like there may be some missed?
Well, you always knew they were going to, make a push at you. Come on, they started right in the third quarter. We were able to keep it at 8 or 9, and they cut it to 6. We got it back to 9. You knew they were going to come. Our guys knew they were going to come hard, and from an execution standpoint, though, in the last 4 minutes of the game, we simply did not execute. Late into the shot clock all the time. We're not aggressive in taking what we had. We missed 2 or 3 opportunities to shoot the ball or drive the basketball, and we just sort of stood around. And we have to definitely correct that. It has a lot to do with it. They have great patience. They have a rhythm. They know with the big baseball bat that they carry, and Michael, that if they stay close, that they're going to get good shots. But they've been there too many times.
You don't think when you withstood their barrage in the third quarter?
Yeah, I thought we had, we were right where we wanted to be. We were ahead going into the fourth quarter. We're ahead 5 going in the last 5 minutes of the game. So I would have to say that regardless of how the game is played to that point, if you can go on the road in the first game after a 7-game series and be there, we just needed to be stronger at the end, and we got flustered.
Your rebounding.
Got to get better. I mean, they're a great rebounding team. We're the best defensive rebounding team in the playoffs. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league at 40% on shots getting back. So, that's been one of their key factors.
You talk about execution during the fourth quarter. Are you specifically talking about the pick and roll that you did pretty well tonight?
They did a great job on Tim. Even on our post-ups, catch and shoot plays. I mean, it gets to a point you can run a set against them and get the ball to somebody on the catch. Okay, and then they got it on the catch. You don't want to run your offense to have people catch it. You want to run your offense to get shots. And so we were running our offense to catch it, and then we didn't have anybody did anything with it after we caught it. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why Pippen and why Michael are so great is that when they catch it in their offense and they don't get shots, they create something for the team.
Are you concerned now with trying to find minutes for Leonard if he continues to really struggle, not committing fouls against
first
Jordan?
half. I thought Vashon, again, had a good first half, got taken out of it in foul trouble. He did. I had to put him on the bench with 4, and I thought he came, very focused and had a good start for us.
Are you concerned that that's going to be a continuing problem? It's just a bad matchup for him on the other end?
Why does it have to be Vashon? It's a bad matchup for anybody. It doesn't, you can put anybody on him, okay? I don't want this to be just a learning experience for Vashon. He's a great kid, okay? And he's learned a lot already, and he's got his hands full.
Pat, how do you feel about the play of your bench? You seem to get pretty good production tonight off your bench.
We played well. No, we played well. I'm satisfied with how we played 45 minutes. But we know that they're going to make a defensive push, just like they did against, Washington, like they did against Atlanta. And we got to be stronger at the end of a game if we're close.
Miami Heat coach Pat Riley, obviously disappointed, knows that this one got away again. Miami 7-6 in the 97 playoffs. We've been handed the final stat sheet. Miami missed 9 of 13 free throws in the fourth quarter. Michael and Pippen combining for 50, or I should say 61 of the Bulls' 84 points. Bulls bench just 3 of 22 field goal shooting. They got outscored by Miami's bench 18-7. We have Dan Marley speaking inside the Miami Heat locker room. Marley finishing with just 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting. Let's go to that interview right now.
All right. Dan, as a veteran, can you give us an idea, what was it like here at halftime in the locker room?
I don't know. We knew that, it's only half of a game. We weren't elated or anything. We thought we could come in here and play well. We just got to, like I said, for 48 minutes and do a better job of sustaining the lead, especially when
to exactly the right pair of shoes. It's uncanny.
Rematch next break? I'm there.
Get it right at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Inside the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Super 8. With over 1,400 locations throughout North America, life's great at Super 8.
All right, here's your Foot Locker play of the day from the Bulls and the Hawks tonight. And from the guy who turned 36, happy birthday to you. Dennis Rodman hitting a three-pointer. Look at that. What do you think about that?
I told you Dennis has always had a little bit of range.
There's a bench reaction, and that is your Foot Locker play of the day, and our present to you, Mr. Rodman. Hey, real quick, New York, Miami, next game, Johnny Starks.
The Knicks are counting on hopefully another 21-point performance that he gave in Game 4.
All right, let's set you up on what's coming up. We'll have that game. New York at Miami in their Game 5. That's at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, followed by Inside the NBA. Thursday night, Rockets and the Sonics. 9 p.m. Eastern Time start, also followed by Inside the NBA. And a TNT special on Wednesday, Above the Rim. That is after Inside the NBA. I want to thank Cheryl Miller for most of the show. Tomorrow night, PJ Carlissimo is with us. I got game. See you tomorrow.